Good morning, everyone. Welcome aboard. We're just looking at the Willis Tower story. What was the headline on CNN?
Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror.
And I guess the news really isn't going to tell you exactly what's going on over there, right?
No, they want it to be sensational, so they make it sound like...
So you got to come up with a nice headline, Tower of Terror, nice graphic.
Yeah.
And then you...
House of Horrors,
and then
Tower of Terror.
And then you completely lie to your audience.
Right.
That's what they do.
You make it sound like it was a harrowing experience.
They're teasing the fact that you could fall through. It's the Skydeck up there in Chicago. We all did it. It was a lot of fun.
It's like the glass cube that they push out.
Right.
Glass cube.
Glass cube.
They push it out the side of the building.
Right.
And you kind of, walk out into it.
Didn't you do
you're just
it?
kind of hovering up there. No, I didn't go that day.
It was great. It's a lot of fun, actually. We shot some video up there, some funny stuff. And Sam was very, very scared to do it. And I got clips of Kenny doing a headstand and then panicking, begging us to get him down immediately. But the thing,
it's
like shattered or...
No, that's what they'd like you to believe, the news.
What? I watched the
They're
news
lying.
and I believe everything they tell me. They said it shattered. A family fell through, I guess, right?
Yeah, they plummeted to their death.
Because they teased that as well.
Yeah.
Glass shatters while families in Skydeck.
Yeah.
So they want you to believe that the family actually fell 103 stories.
That didn't happen.
The fact is, the truth here on this one, people, is what they got some kind of coating on top, right?
Crisp crumb coating.
So, I don't understand the coating. What is that made of? It's some kind of glass.
It's another type of glass.
Glass, right?
Or plastic or something. Because you got, I guess the biggest part of that thing is that it's got to be clean.
Right.
It's got to be clean and a scratch-free kind of a thing, or else it kind of ruins the illusion.
Sure.
And they couldn't replace the actual bottom of the cube anytime something scratches.
Right.
So they have these thin coating of glass or plastic that goes over the actual glass.
Right.
And that cracked. It went like...
So there's nothing going on there.
You could have still jumped up and down on top of it.
There's nothing going on there.
Nothing happened.
Sam, be on red alert today. I want the news clips where they're making this way worse than it is.
Tower of Terror.
The Tower of Terror thing. CNN just did the Tower of Terror.
House of Horrors. Tower of Terror.
But the fact is...
how dangerous it was.
Huh?
I told you how dangerous it was.
Well,
That scared you if you heard cracking glass?
Yes.
That would be terrible.
Oh, they'd be cleaning the shit off of it.
But I think they should add that as one of the features. Have the coating, crack every once in a while, randomly, for people to really, get the full effect of how scary that could be.
Yeah.
But the fact remains that no one was falling to their death. It wasn't the Skydeck itself wasn't, cracking under that family's feet.
No.
It was the coating, like Anthony just, explained. So obviously they replaced those coatings a lot.
Yeah, I would gather.
Because people are scratching it up, scuffing it up, and if they can't, get it nice and shiny clean.
That's the whole selling point, is that it feels like you're kind of floating.
Right.
So you can't ruin it with scratches.
So after hours, they take that layer off and they put a new layer on.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all that happened.
That's it.
It's a huge story today.
Like people were falling through it. Tower of Terror. It's Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror.
Terror.
Coating on glass floor of Willis Tower, not the actual glass itself, cracks under tourists. All right.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Lots of stuff.
I saw all this stuff already, though.
Oh, shit.
Well, they say it's the glass coating.
Right.
I never heard of a glass coating until something cracked. And the display is closed. They say, well, it's open, but then the people downstairs said, no, it's closed.
Take a look and listen.
103 stories above the ground.
Watch how they report it.
Glass that's breaking underneath me, and I hear it, I feel it.
Four cousins posed together for a picture on a glass observation deck overlooking Chicago. And the second they stood up,
I can feel the glass just shattering completely around my hand.
they looked back to see the surface they'd been sitting on, shattered.
I was thinking I'm going down with it. I think you can hear the cracking any second there for it.
They also got video of the glass literally cracking in front of their eyes. They feared the ledge was about to fall to the ground.
Because you can see through it, obviously you have the psychological effect that, you know, oh my gosh, something broke. Nobody was ever in danger.
Engineer Michael Swanberg says there's a thick panel of glass that didn't break, designed to withstand 10,000 pounds or 5 tons of weight.
Rock.
We watched as crews replaced the thin layer above it that caused such a scare.
So this is the new sheet of glass that will go on the Skydeck, and if you look here, you can see exactly how thin that is. Crews tell me that this is meant to be scratched and scraped up. In fact, it's replaced every 6 to 9 months, depending upon wear and tear.
Outside, at a helicopter's vantage point, you
still
can see
Tower
how
Terror.
the observation ledge extends just beyond the Willis Tower.
Coming up.
With the new glass panel finally in
talking
place,
about, Willis Tower?
we put it to the test.
So we are stepping onto that thin sheet of glass now.
That's correct. The 1/4-inch top piece of glass is designed to protect the 1.5-inch thick structural glass.
Oh my God, take the picture.
The ledge on the Skydeck now back in business. And even these guys admit, after the scare of their lives,
For the record, it's an awesome view. It's an awesome building.
it's the view from up top that made such an impression on them that they may just come back for more.
So it's really not a
George
story.
Howell,
No.
CNN,
No.
Chicago.
But CNN is reporting it properly, so,
Right,
so
but-
I do.
But the graphic
I have
said
to kind of apologize a little bit.
no, because the graphic said glass floor cracks 100 and whatever stories.
That was to get you hooked into the story.
Right.
And they're like, okay, we got to tell the people what's
Gotta tell
really
them the
going on
truth.
here. So,
Yeah.
all right, they reported it properly, but that's the first news report where they're reporting it properly. Everyone else is kind of teasing the fact that, you know, there was a major issue there.
Yeah.
And, you know, people could have fallen to their deaths. By the way, that's the same Skydeck box we were in, Sam.
I know that.
You noticed that, right?
Oh,
Yes.
shit.
That was the same one we were in.
Shit.
I feel vindicated.
Man of questionable race defecated on himself.
Why does this go back to defecation?
Questionable race.
Bum, 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 bum. So, all right.
Yeah, we'll be keeping tabs on that, keeping the news honest throughout the day with that story.
Glassgate?
Glassgate. Tower Terror. You ever been on Tower Terror down there in Orlando?
So fun.
Scary, right?
Yeah.
What is that one now?
It's the one where they drop you Twilight Zone Tower Terror.
Yeah, I don't do that shit.
I don't like that dropping shit.
No, I don't do that shit.
You went on that.
Yeah, it was fun. And you can go like multiple times because the drop changes. There's like 6 or 12 different.
What's different about falling?
It starts and stops and starts and stops and starts and stops.
How about it just gets you to the bottom?
In a nice.
It's just an elevator, yeah. Just a real elevator.
Right. Yeah. Let's just do
takes you
that.
down. Just
Go up and down an elevator.
lowers you.
That's
Tower
good
Terror.
enough. Good enough for me.
I love the Tower Terror.
Well, the Tower of Terror is in Chicago now.
That's the real Tower Terror. I don't love that at all.
Oh, shit.
That's right. It looks like, you know, it didn't even stop business up there. You know why it didn't stop business up there? Because they knew exactly what was going on.
Of course.
You saw that when CNN was just doing that report. Well, the radio people didn't see. But the studio audience we have saw. Oh, that's right. We don't do studio audiences anymore either.
That's right.
You know, as they're trying to do their piece, people were enjoying the other Skydecks that didn't have this thin coating of glass crack.
Right.
So they didn't even shut down the exhibit.
It seems to me if there is like the slightest little granule of something on that floor when they put that glass down,
right,
that it would be very easy to crack.
Oh, sure.
Because if it's elevated, even a little fucking fraction of a millimeter higher than the rest of it, and you step on it, it's going to crack.
Right.
They must really have to clean the shit out of that before they put it down.
I don't think there's a person not alive that, not alive. I mean, you would be scared shitless if that happened.
If it did happen, yes, Tower Terror.
You would be scared,
You're
like,
gonna
what
be
the
scared.
fuck? But then someone could tell you quickly, no, you were never in any danger.
But if you hear, like, while you stand out
my
there.
God, they should do that.
Yes.
It should be on your ticket. Every once in a while, we're going to crack the glass underneath your feet. Are you cool with this? If not, then you can't do this.
Or you just pipe in the sound over the PA system. Just the sound of that broken glass sound.
What happened?
Or just be the asshole that just starts going, oh my God, I think the glass is cracking.
Yeah.
That alone will get people panicking.
You could put it on your phone, the sound.
Right.
Record it on your phone, and then you stand there and just play it.
Right. When other
people out. Oh, she is like that. Like someone threw a baseball through it.
He just picked the worst.
I know why he picked that one.
I love it.
What?
That's to be.
Oh, is that Stone Cold?
Stone Cold.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, now it's funny.
Power of terror.
Right. Sorry.
Oh, what happened? That's great.
That is funny.
I respect it. That's where his brain went when immediately when you say glass shattering, it's like Stone Cold.
Is that what he comes out to, that song?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, he used to. Well, does he still somewhere?
He did it
probably when he comes
WrestleMania.
down for breakfast in the morning. He has that
Yeah.
music play for himself. Chris in Jersey, what's up?
Thank you guys for admitting you'd be scared on that thing. You would shit your fucking pants.
Everyone would shit their pants, but our point is that no one was ever in danger.
Yeah, but this is the one time when the fucking media actually has it right, man. If you're on that thing and it's 103 stories up and that thing starts spidering,
Pussy.
webbing, you would fucking die.
I'd start jumping up and down and go, come on.
That's right.
Break, bitch.
That's
fucking
right.
laugh.
Yeah, Chip.
Yeah. Kick the glass.
That's right.
Fuck it up.
All right, let's say hi to Mike in Queens as we move on to the other huge story this morning. Mikey!
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hi, Mike.
How you doing? Who does that? Wendy Williams? How you doing?
Ew.
You know what, though?
You guys haven't seen that? Her entire show is how you doing? Can you find out how you doing?
Easy.
Wasn't that Joey from Friends?
It's
Wasn't
her.
he the originator?
I don't know. It's her thing now, man.
Or, how you doing, Yankees?
Oh, God.
Hey, Kamanooch.
You didn't like that?
No.
Terrible.
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
What is she doing?
How you doing? Como está? How you doing?
Why'd she make that
How
face?
you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Como está? How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Why is she doing this?
How you doing?
It's also the same episode?
How you doing?
She does it a lot on every episode.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Is that like a thing?
How
Yeah,
you
she's
been doing it since she was on the radio.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
All right, how long is this?
Wow.
Not like that, do I?
Trannies have come a long way, though, man. They have nothing to complain about if they're big TV stars now on TV.
Really smoothing out those necks, huh?
Yeah, they're doing a great job with the surgery and everything. What's up, Mikey?
Oh, well, Donald Sterling, at least he gets something good out of this. That team was worth $500,000. They have a terrible stadium deal for another 9 years. And he gets $2 billion.
You mean 500 million?
They were worth $500 million by Forbes. The most he would have got last week. Before this scandal, he would have got $900 million.
Right.
Now he gets $2 billion. He actually makes $1.1 billion extra.
Well, the NBA is really making him suffer for his comments.
How you doing?
How you doing? See? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Oh, no.
How you doing? How you doing?
This is so bad.
Yeah, this is nice.
Well, anyway, Mikey. Yeah, the NBA wanted him to suffer, and he's certainly suffering by making $2 billion for his, getting $2 billion for his team.
Yeah,
you got the Microsoft guy that bought it, right? Is this is this official?
I think it's been signed
yet.
But it's looking good?
He wanted to buy the Kings. The guy, I mean, if he tries to stand in the way of this, he's an idiot. But the guy that bought the Microsoft wanted to move the Kings to the Sacramento Kings to Seattle. He was only going to pay $600,000 for that team. The most was $500,000.
600. You keep saying 100,000. You mean 100 million?
Million.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Wait, so I don't think there's a sports franchise out there that's worth $2 billion.
Dodgers is the only one higher, 2.1.
Oh, really?
That was the only one sold in 2012. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Yankees would go for more than $2 billion.
Yeah, but Dallas Cowboys probably would too.
Dallas Cowboys, Yankees.
But not the Clippers.
Red Sox.
But why the Clippers?
The Clippers have the worst stadium deal also. They got 9 years left on that a terrible deal that they share with the Lakers.
Right.
Because
This is a force.
No other NBA team for sale.
And it's a force, too.
Right.
Yeah, it's the only NBA team for sale. They want this guy gone,
right,
so he can name his own fucking price. Right. Oh, you don't want to pay that much? Then fuck you, I'll stay.
Right.
He didn't even name the price. It was one of the most powerful groups against another powerful.
A bidding war.
Steve Jobs' ex-wife and Oprah Winfrey and all these David Geffen against Steve Ballmer, who wanted a toy.
Right.
He's not gonna make money off of this.
Isn't he worth like $20 billion? This guy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He tried to buy the Sacramento Kings and move them to Seattle, and he lost out on that. So now he's gets his $2 billion toy.
Yeah. Thank you. If you're worth $20 billion, I don't think you care that much about a profit on a $2 billion sports franchise.
Exactly.
I can't imagine how that's going to make money for him anytime soon, or at least get his money back.
Dude, how do you make $1 billion back on the Clippers?
All right, I don't know.
I hope they're terrible next year.
But the NBA, congratulations to them. They really are making Donald Sterling suffer.
Yeah, but he's still
I'm going to start fucking saying horrible racist stuff behind the scenes. And
yes,
hopefully I can profit from it.
I hope the new guy just shows up in like a Gestapo uniform. Goose steps in, just wearing Nazi regalia.
What did Sterling pay for the team? I forgot. Something like $15 million?
$10. That's what I heard. No?
How much did he? I think he paid what, around $15 million for the team?
$15 million.
Something like that.
Is an investment. Wow.
and he's a lawyer.
Fuck your 401. This Donald Sterling knows how to make money.
My God, you put in a few million,
right,
and then you liberally sprinkle in some racist words,
right,
and you walk away with a couple of billion.
A couple bill.
But he doesn't want to sell the team still. It's the wife.
Yeah, but now
he might still go against the board of governors and selling it, which was regarded. But who knows?
Yeah.
That all?
Yeah. I was just thinking. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Because I was watching on CNN. His lawyer was on, basically saying that Donald's fighting this shit. Exactly. And then you wake up this morning and say this deal is pretty much a done deal. They just got to sign some shit. So
when you say you're fighting it, if you wanted to get the best price?
I don't know.
It's like, well, we got to throw a lot of money at this fuck.
Has Donald Sterling said anything about this deal?
Yes, he's still going to fight it. It's the wife that's selling it. I don't know why he would fight it now. $2 billion. You can't. I mean, he's old, 90. They're saying that he's mentally incapacitated, so he can't function the team anyway. He can't function as a human being.
That's not true. We've all
I know.
We've all heard him over the last
That's what the wife is saying.
month.
Buy me out, I buy you out.
Right.
Maybe you guys should buy the team.
Oh.
Yeah, huh?
Really?
Scrape up some shekels.
Really? All right, Mikey, thank you.
There's probably one person in this building that could afford it. And he's not here today. Yeah. Yeah.
He's too busy talking about how great the Clogging family was. Who is that guy?
What?
Oh, my God.
Was there a Clogging family on America's Got Talent?
Yeah, and he was just praising them as the greatest clogging family ever.
I appreciate good clogging, Robin. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's really good? That river dance. I love river dance.
Oh, no, it's clog shoes?
Clogging.
Clogging, they're fucking tap dancing with clogs on, I guess. I don't know.
I can't see. Can you remember that TV?
But
every clogging dance should end like fucking
in the Willis Tower,
like Misery, like James Caan and a mallet.
I don't think this is the Clogging family there.
Different cloggers?
Yeah.
What is that? What are they doing? How many cloggers are there?
There's been many cloggers over the years.
Clogger. There's a bunch of toilets, and they just... That's a good one.
Mars, we'll never use that new technology.
Yeah, it stinks.
The only thing that was done for us
over there.
The only thing that was done for us over the break, we're never going to use that technology because when you put the computer on the TV, you lose the quality big time.
Yes.
Howie thought this was one of the greatest things
I love
he's
this.
seen. I don't know if this video will have his comments, which were just fucking brutal.
Are the girls hot, at least?
Okay.
It's a family entertainment, Robert.
Yeah. It's just basically tap dancing.
Wow.
You made Clogging look really hot.
Wow.
It's inspiring, it's fun, it's talent. You guys are great.
I want to see you again. Yes.
I want to see you again. Wowie kazowie. He's judging.
Same guy, huh? That's the same guy.
He's fucking 2014 Gong Show.
Yes. I know we all change as we grow, but that's a drastic change in my book.
He's the new J.P. Morgan.
Right.
The new Jamie Farr out there with a gong and a fucking mallet. Enough with a mallet, Anthony. Get it.
Absolutely.
Times today.
There's never too many mallet references.
Clogging.
Shit. Clogging.
When you said, I would be bored out of my mind if I saw them clogging.
Oh, God.
Who cares? They're all in sync.
I want to see you again.
Do you really?
Do you? Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
Well, good for him.
Is he nice on that show? I've never seen it.
Well, he was supposed to be like the mean Piers Morgan guy, and then he decided he's going to be nice or something, and it fucked up everything. And I think that's one reason why the show just doesn't do as well as it used to.
Didn't he used to have a Channel 9 show where he waved a fucking fried chicken on the end of a fishing pole in front of black people?
Well, yeah. People are allowed to change, though.
He had the KKK guy.
Yeah.
Wake up, white people.
But now last season, a little kid was crying on stage, and he went up and consoled him and said everything would be okay.
In one of his surplus kitties.
Uh-oh, Brett Michaels rushed to the hospital. God damn, what goes on with this guy?
Jesus.
Rocker rushed to the hospital.
Something fall on his head?
I don't know. Anyway.
Keep you posted on that one.
Yeah.
Tower Terror.
We love you, Mere Money. Thank you.
Yes?
Oh.
I have no problem speaking. First of all, you're a very nice young man. You know that. No one likes hitting the X on a 7-year-old. You're very brave to get up there at 7 years old.
Oh, he's crying. Oh, man. The big scary man made you cry.
That's a mean man.
I'll fix everything. Let me fix everything.
I can't look.
I'll fix everything.
I'm sorry, my man. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's sweet.
You're a terrific young man. You are so brave.
You are wonderful.
This job is too rough for me. I don't really want to do it.
This is what he wishes his father said to him.
You're a terrific kid. You know that?
Yes?
No.
Yes. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to make you cry.
Okay.
You know what, Mere Money? It's funny. I've met many great rappers. I'm on the radio. I interview them.
Oh, shut up.
Me.
Me. Me again, What do you think of me?
So what happened with the
I'm
kid?
done talking about me. What about you? Huh?
They boot the kid off,
That's
I hope?
old shit. Who cares?
Oh, man.
I want to know if
He didn't win the fucking thing.
I want to know who got the boot that day.
I'll tell you one thing. Dan Natterman killed it on America's Got Talent. Our pal Dan Natterman.
I didn't see that. I heard he was going to be on it.
Jimmy's pal Dan Natterman.
Dan Natterman is a very, very funny guy.
He killed it on America's Got Talent.
What was he on?
He got some heat.
I'm not going to expose anything, but he was hilarious.
Yes, he was.
A segment of Jimmy's project.
I got Dan Natterman on his rise to stardom.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay.
What's your name?
Dan Natterman.
This appearance is going to make him huge.
I live in New York City.
You do?
And he's moved
I live
on.
in New York City.
He's moved on, so you'll see him again.
His delivery is great.
Yeah.
I'm doing a comedy act.
Ah,
Comedy act.
Okay. I love comedy.
Well, all right.
He is funny.
Well, I guess I'll talk about myself. I'm 44, never been married. People ask me why I've never been married. Good question. Probably because I talk to married people all the time. And you know what I'm not hearing? Enthusiasm. Ain't nobody selling this marriage thing. You wouldn't buy any other product if people talked about it the same way people talk about being married. Like if you went to buy a car and the salesman was like, well, this car, it's not easy. It's not easy, you know? You really got to work hard. It takes a lot of work, and there'll be good days and bad days with this car. But don't give up.
It's funny.
I ask married people all the time, how do you like being married? At best, you know what I hear? So far, so good. At best. I ask people, how do you like Game of Thrones? They're like, oh, my God. I try to meet women on the internet. Anybody do the internet? You got to be careful on the internet. People lie to you on the internet. Now, what's the number one lie on the internet? People lie about their age on the internet. And then they'll put up like an old picture from like 1982. And then they look young in the picture, and then you meet them, and they're 78 years old.
Oh.
That's why I tell women I meet online, look, send me a picture of you holding today's paper.
Well, he's not as good as the Cloggers.
Or at least an iPhone 4, for God's sakes. You gotta... One picture I saw on the internet, the Berlin Wall was in the background. And it was under construction. Thank you, everybody. That's it for me.
Very, very good.
Yeah, he's very funny.
He gets a standing ovation, too.
Wow. He's going to do very well.
This dude's funny.
This dude's funny. Your boy Nick Cannon. Yeah. Sam loves that.
That's Sam's boy Nick Cannon. Yep.
You are a really likable guy. I especially like the speed.
Very good.
You know,
Can you
I had
clog?
to really hang on to every word to get what you were saying because I'm a little slow.
Well, your English is not your native tongue.
Exactly.
We're looking for the next $1 million talent. We're looking for someone great. You fit the bill. Every joke was rock solid. You've got it all. You got the delivery. Your likability is there. And you've got great material. Home run, home run, home run. Welcome. You're going to do great.
Thank you.
You're going to do great, Dan.
Appreciate it.
Wow.
You're quirky.
You're not allowed to do the Opie and Anthony show.
You're really bloody funny. Simple as that.
Was that Spice?
You know what you are when I look at you
That
and
was
listen
40?
to you? If Jerry Seinfeld and John Love
Scary Spice.
Scary Spice.
Fucking asshole.
it would be you. I'm going to start the voting. I'm going to say yes.
Now, I have to give you a yes.
Thank you.
And I'm going to give you a yes,
Absolutely.
I vote yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Wow.
There you go. Dan Natterman.
Damn.
Yeah.
Good for Dan.
That was last night?
Well, it was a couple days ago.
Good.
Last week or whatever the fuck it was.
That's pretty good.
He's on the Comedy Cellar podcast, which is on Sirius XM. I don't know when they play it.
Very hard to do stand-up that quickly. You got to be clean.
Yeah, totally clean.
Yeah.
Controversy free.
And you only get 90 seconds, I think.
And
They'll probably
actually
edit you down from, like, I'm guessing 3 to 4 minutes.
But be able to be likable and everything.
Right.
That's pretty hard to do. I don't think they edit you down. Isn't that like live or something?
Oh,
no,
is
that live?
Not the auditions.
Not the auditions, no?
Yeah, they probably...
Fuck me running.
They
Tower,
probably
tower,
want the
tower.
best stuff possible, so they probably let you go a little longer.
I
don't know. Who knows?
See, our pal Vinny Brand was on Last Comic Standing.
I saw a picture of Vinny last night. What was he doing?
Why was he on that?
He was competing.
Vinny's on the Last Comic Standing?
There's a lot of legit
He's
comics.
55 years old.
Oh.
But there's a lot of legit comics that are doing that now.
Yeah, it's real. It's not like...
It's not like the amateurs like it was when Dat Fan
Really?
won it. Yeah, it's really...
Jimmy Schubert passed.
Yeah, Schubert's on it.
Right.
I know DC Benny was on it.
Yeah, he was on last night.
I apologize.
I
thought it was for the kids, that show.
It's an invitational.
Did I see Vinny? How'd he do?
They didn't air his full set.
Did he pass?
I'm not sure.
That's not good.
I hope so.
I didn't even know Last Comic Standing was still on the air. Did they bring it back or something?
I think JB Smoove is hosting.
They bring it back?
Yeah.
Yeah, JB Smoove is hosting, and the judges are Russell Peters, Keenan Ivory Waynes, and Roseanne.
Whoa. Roseanne who?
Barr.
Oh. Roseanne?
Roseanne.
Oh, this show doesn't sound good. Sounds awful. Sorry.
Our friend Russell Peters is the judge. Our friend is the contestant.
I'm happy for him.
Brand.
It's crazy.
Here's this is like 10 seconds of Vinny Brand.
All right.
I drove my 25-year-old home from college, 1.5 hour drive. In that 1.5 hours, she talked for 2.5 hours.
Funny
He's
joke.
a good stand-up,
It's a
Vinny.
funny joke. Funny
Yeah,
joke.
did he make it through?
Eagerly awaiting the results.
Yeah, I don't...
Ladies and gentlemen, Vinny Brand.
I don't see his name on this.
So what does that mean? He didn't
Man.
make it?
No.
That's too bad.
Oh, he's a good egg.
He is a good egg. We like Vinny. Good for Vinny Brand.
What?
The show just sounds horrible.
Why?
Because it did well for a while. Why are they bringing it back?
Probably, I'm guessing it's cheap.
They always do that.
But why don't they just, I don't know, come up with a different concept?
Oh, Carmen Lynch?
Yeah.
Did she make it through?
She might have. That was last week's show.
Oh. Yeah.
Right now they're going through the invitationals, and then they'll move on to the. Jimmy Schubert did make it through.
Oh, okay. And how about DC?
DC Benny?
Don't know. Don't know. That was last night.
Funny guys,
He's really, they're all funny.
He
had a good set.
No one's watching this.
Is there a house?
No, they don't do the house.
All right, good.
No more house.
Although it was funny with Rich and his ironing.
If they let comedians just kind of hang out and be literally the caustic pricks that comedians are, that would be really funny.
Right.
And the closest they had to it was Rich.
Boss, yeah.
He was funny. He was giving people shit.
Yeah, that's when the show did some good ratings, so.
Yeah. Some of these shows, though, you're right. I had no idea they're still on. Apparently, is Survivor still on?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's insanity. Who's watching that?
I heard it on one of my TVs.
Do you ever hear anyone talking about it?
No. What are the numbers for that?
Big Brother is still on.
That's such an instant machine. They just fucking throw people in.
But they decided they accepted much lower numbers. Because when it first hit, everybody was watching Survivor. We were at NEW. So this show's been on the air almost 15 years, probably.
Jesus. It's got to be one of those shows that they don't need amazing ratings because it's cheap.
Yeah.
How is Survivor cheap?
Flying people all over the world, unless they're doing it in Detroit now.
And haven't they run out of islands?
Yeah.
They had to run out of islands by now. And who's on it? Is Probst still on it?
I think so, yeah.
Our old pal Probst?
Yeah, Jeff Probst is still. But that's the only salary they have to pay. They don't actually have to pay actors.
So what are the numbers?
I mean, it's still...
From the first few years to where are they at now?
Well, now...
I couldn't name one contestant on that.
No.
You used to know everyone's names on that show.
They're still doing 9.5 million views.
Are they really?
That's pretty good.
Which puts them in second place. This was Wednesday.
Did Richard Hatch win first?
I don't know one person that's watching this show.
Who's watching
this?
Yeah,
no one talks about it.
You couldn't avoid Survivor talk.
Yeah.
When it first hit. And that number was, I think, closer to 15, 20 million easily.
Oh, yeah.
Easily, right?
It was a phenomenon.
So it's probably half the number at this point?
Yeah, I would definitely say that.
But that's still a huge hit for those guys. Good for them. But I couldn't tell you anything about it. I don't know what island they're on. I don't know any of the contestants.
No.
Do they still do the same challenges, or they mix it up a little bit?
The Isle of Staten. That would be... You just set them loose in Staten Island.
It's the Toad Hill Road Challenge.
Yes.
They have to try to buy a house in Toad Hill Road without getting punched in the face.
Try to afford to get over the bridge. Because it's very expensive.
I know. It's a much better joke than my stupid pseudo-mafia joke.
No.
But I mean, it's the same thing. Even American Idol now. The whole point of that show is that the winner gets to go on and be a famous singer.
Yeah.
Nobody even knows who wins.
No one knows anymore.
American Idol anymore.
Who are the judges on Idol?
It's
The fact that I just called it Idol, I should have my fucking teeth out.
Harry Connick Jr.
Oh,
he's cool.
Wait, what is this show now?
Idol.
Oh, American Idol. That's still on?
Yeah.
One of the douchiest scenes in movie history in Independence Day with Harry Connick Jr., where he's walking with fucking Will Smith to their aircraft.
Right.
And he goes, "You got the celebration, the fucking thing, the cigar.
Kick the tires and light the fires.
Light the fires, Big Daddy."
There was one...
He calls him Big Daddy like it's his bitch.
One douche moment after another.
It was so bad. And then he's like, "I got it right here." Oh, I fucking douche.
You didn't like Robert Loggia in that?
Get on the horn. Let everyone know how to take down them sons of bitches. Yeah.
I preferred him. I give you a $10 million story.
I know.
That's the Robert Loggia I
guy.
like.
So fucked up.
You know who won American Idol is the kid who called his Twitter followers retards. Remember
he won?
We played that clip? He won this thing.
Did he apologize?
He won.
He won. He took it back. He took it back.
But we don't even know that.
Yeah, but he won.
Why don't we know he won that?
Because I mean,
no one knows who won fucking.
But we have to be on. We have to be on top of all this stuff.
Yeah, he
for
won.
our jobs, and I don't even know.
I mean, The Voice is over too.
I don't know.
There's a winner of the... Do you know anyone who's ever won The Voice?
No.
Neither. I don't know anyone who's ever
Who
won
is? Yeah.
Well, that's right. You're cooler than me. I forgot. So
I
that
know
statement
everything.
was perfect.
Well, I'm supposed to know
You
that
hear what he
stuff.
said there, and I don't even know. Like,
I'm in a different-
like you expect us not to know, but I don't even know.
I'm in a different demo than you.
Yeah.
You know more about Led Zeppelin than me.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Jimmy Page is saying the Stairway to Heaven lawsuit is bullshit.
I read that.
See?
Fucking stealing riffs. What's he gonna? He has to say that. He can't come out and go, "Oh, it finally come back to bite me."
Right. He's saying it's all,
Exactly. He's got to.
he's saying it's all bullshit.
That's just coincidence.
You know what, though? If you take it and make it huge, you know, fuck
It
that
just
guy.
sounds exactly like it, but it's just it worked out that way.
Fuck that other guy,
It wasn't intentional.
whoever he is.
Let's see. To Jimmy Page, the song remains the same.
Get it?
The Led Zeppelin guitarist has tersely rejected the recently reported claim that his band copied its 1971 classic rock touchstone Stairway to Heaven from the Los Angeles band Spirit, their former tour mates.
He commented, clothed in cashmere. No? They tried to just fit in as many awkward
Petting his
titles.
black dog.
Oh, is that Jimmy Page?
Yeah. Ridiculous, he called the charges in French publication Liberation, according to an online translator. I have no further comment on the subject.
What is the? Can we hear this? Just real quick, the Spirit version. Can we know what his version sounds like? What's?
This is the Spirit version, so he really ripped it off.
But Jimmy, what about all the other ones where you actually added names to the liner notes? You know, it's just you just do it.
Yeah.
No reason.
Throwing him a bone.
Yeah, put a name. Doesn't hurt no one.
Throw him a bone.
Spirit song was Taurus.
Jimmy Page is like, well, can't really use this.
Right.
Can't really use this, but
no.
Hey, Jethro Tull ripped this off.
Right.
Fucker.
But is there a part of it that they took? This
Oh,
is not it.
yeah. It's kind of
I see nothing like it.
No.
Totally different.
Can't use this.
Lion.
Can't use this. Oh, no, what this is.
It doesn't sound nothing like our song. Totally different. Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, now this.
I don't hear it. Nothing like it at all.
Come on.
But he didn't know how to end the riff.
Yeah.
That's what Page added.
knew how to end the riff.
Right.
Yeah.
This show blows monkey ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Spirit. Shut up.
But that's obviously really similar.
But Page added the end of it.
Page knew how to fucking end it.
All right. And then you get the singing going.
We both thought alike. I never heard that song.
Yeah.
They opened.
Yeah. What?
Oh, they did. I was outside.
See, and you had a little...
Some toodly-doos. Yeah.
This is better.
Ooh.
All right, let me hear Spirit again.
Ah. This guy's just doing like a scale thing. Fuck him. Fuck him where he lives.
Right there should have been...
Right.
He doesn't even know what he's doing here.
But it's almost like Zeppelin has taken so many songs.
Yeah, they take some good parts and then they fucking gussy them up.
And make them,
yeah.
You know...
Yeah.
Huge
but imagine
songs.
Imagine someone called something and whip them out Tuesday.
Oh,
what do you mean imagine?
Doesn't.
Well, yeah, but I'm
We
saying
had people do all that shit.
But that's it. It's like they're taking something.
Yeah.
And
But everyone knows who the originators are. So.
Exactly. Spirit.
Spirit. Good point. Do they claim that Zeppelin took any other part of that song? Because that's the only part we know.
That's it.
I think it's just the riff.
Just the riff?
Yeah. That's it. Good luck.
What about when the song starts rocking out? Where do they get that part from?
That's right.
The guy will probably start recalling conversations they had while they were on the road.
Yeah.
Jimmy asked me what was wrong. I said there was a bustle in my hedgerow. I didn't sleep well. Boo.
Yeah,
we got it.
We got it. Loud and clear. Loud and queer.
That joke was not good.
What about this part?
Little air guitar right here. Oh, yeah. Oh, Mark Goodman's pressing the button. There he is.
What, the free trial thing?
Yeah.
But only Fox airs the commercial. They got, what, a special deal with Fox?
I guess so.
Sirius XM's commercial? Yeah. With Mark Goodman?
It's nice to be reminded of where you walk when you're going to take a dump. When you watch TV at night. It's like, oh, that's only I'd walk to take a dump.
Right.
Yeah. Do you know how many times I've seen that right there?
Yeah.
While my asshole was still itching?
Puckering.
Strangely, there's no button there.
No.
When we walk by there.
There's just tape residue from where they
where they just ripped it off the wall.
Yeah,
you can still see. You can still see where they taped the button to the fucking console. Yeah.
All right, let's eat some food.
Yep.
Continue with some other things.
Radio.
All right.
Good
old Gnarls.
Fuck you.
I'm Gnarls Barkley. That was one of the bits.
See those? He's only 40.
Ain't that some shit?
Damn. All right. Happy birthday.
Fuck you.
Trey Parker's 42 today. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Of Matt and Trey fame.
Wow.
He's 42.
Jesus.
I'd have thought he was older, quite frankly.
Oh,
yeah, how long they've been famous.
Fuck.
Yeah, because we discovered. I mean, we
what was he, 20 fucking 2?
I guess, because we were at AAF when we first heard about South Park and Matt and Trey. Early, too, like maybe 96-ish, I want to say.
The Jesus Santa episode.
Or 18.
Earlier than that.
Yeah.
It's almost 20 years, South Park, I think.
18, 19 years in, right?
Yeah.
So he was 23, 24.
Well, 96 would be almost 20. That's about 18 years ago.
Yep.
No, right? But I think it was like 93 when South Park started. 93, 94, and now.
I don't think so.
All right, I'll look it up.
I don't either.
Not South Park.
No.
The Jesus thing, but that was underground and got its cult following, and then it went.
South
then
Park
it kind of went mainstream.
Comedy Central.
The Jesus Santa thing was.
I'll tell you why I know.
South Park was 97.
Yeah, because me and Anthony got South Park clips before they were even airing South Park, and we started dropping them in between songs, and people were like, "What the fuck is that?" Remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
We were lucky enough to get those through one of our pals, and they kind of were telling us this show we think is going to be pretty big, and they kind of pushed some clips forward to some shows. No, I don't even think to some shows. I think literally we were one of the only.
I know.
One of the only ones. And
exclusive.
We were playing Cartman drops, and people were like, "What the fuck?" So
you Jew.
And I know that was before the show hit. The show hit in 97, you're saying?
Yeah.
17 years then. Okay. What are we going to talk about? RuPaul? Are we going to talk about the radio show in Rochester? What do you want to do?
The RuPaul stuff's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally,
people talking about language.
Somebody talking about language.
Being brave and talking about language.
Yep.
Well, RuPaul's been around for years. Been the mainstream tranny, really.
Was that?
Quite frankly. Who? What?
Was that
who'd you just say?
Tim McCarver? Or who's the baseball announcer that just retired? Tim McCarver?
Tim McCarver.
I think he just walked by with a cup of coffee.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hope it's cold.
Tim McCarver.
No reason for him to have cold coffee. Is this a dick thing to wish on someone's coffee?
I think that was him.
Yeah?
I don't know. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
RuPaul
being mainstream tranny for years, and commenting on how this language thing is getting out of hand. It's Orwellian. Whoa. As far as the gay, lesbian, transgender community goes. RuPaul says this is getting way out of hand. It's not a community. It's the word tranny isn't a problem for him, and shouldn't be for anyone else.
And he says, like, I'm a tranny about himself. He's like, it's not just transsexual or transgender, like it's transvestites.
Yeah,
I've been a tranny for 30 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And the one tweet was great. Orwell's book, Animal Farm. The pigs didn't really want a revolution. They just wanted to be Farmer John. And we tweeted that, I guess, about the gay movement or the attitude of this language repression.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. It's nice to see people. Because how could you not? How could you shit on RuPaul if you're a fucking a gay activist like these? It's all these young babies on Twitter.
Yeah, yeah.
So we can start saying tranny again.
I never stopped.
All right.
I'll have to tell Jimmy.
I said it earlier when we were talking about Wendy Williams.
Yes.
It's
kind of funny. Put it on a loop like that.
Oh, well, it's okay.
On a loop like that. It's very funny.
If I didn't know any better, I would swear she was a tranny.
Yes.
Doing a TV show. Mm-hmm. I would really bet a lot of money on that one.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
How long's RuPaul been around?
32 years.
32.
I've done 2 TV shows with Ru. No pun intended. We did Chelsea Lately today when Ru was dressed, and I was like, oh, he's going to be an asshole because he was just really tall. And I was like, oh, fuck. But very, very personable. Right. And then at Fox one time, we were doing Red Eye. It was when Greg used to have you step out and the guest would come in for the interview. Remember those days?
Yes.
And Ru was the guest, but Ru was dressed just like a guy that day, like in a suit jacket.
Freckly faced.
Yeah, it was weird.
Freckly faced Ru.
It was, and I saw him once out in public. Me and Jonathan were out in L.A. and he was eating like in a something potle, and I'm like, Jonathan's like, that's RuPaul, and I'm like, nobody recognized him. Like, what a great gig! You can just kind of go out and live your life.
Yeah.
And just dress up and you're fabulous, as they say.
Fabulous.
Well, speaking of trannies, I guess that does lead to the firing of another radio show. This one's it's not even a tough one for me. Kimberly and Becker are fucking twats, losers. But they got
kick them in when they're down.
Fuck them. They took some major cheap shots at my boy Brother Weeze up there in Rochester.
Oh, that was them.
They were real cunts toward him, for no good reason, by the way, just making up shit and telling lies on their radio show. Oh. And they're the show that got fired up there in Rochester.
Oh,
for saying some things.
Shit! What'd they say?
So I haven't heard this audio. I've read the article, so.
Yeah.
Let's see if they should have been fired.
All right.
I don't like them.
We'll be the judge.
But I'll have an open mind as far as a radio show goes and whether or not they should be fired. Dicks.
Hey, the city of Rochester.
Yeah, so this is what kind
This is the actual clip. All right, let's listen.
There's a few clips here on the topic.
Hey, the city of Rochester, you should be feeling good about this, using your tax dollars to extend transition-related health care coverage to its employees who are transgender and gender non-conforming. What the hell does that mean?
That
like
means
you're not
if you
a
want to
woman
change,
or a man?
If you're a man and you want to change into being a woman, or if you're a woman and want, some appendage added, they can probably do that for you in the city of Rochester.
Mayor
It's going to be
Lovely
covered
Warren,
by the health insurance.
Mayor Lovely Warren made that announcement. It's been approved by the city's Labor Management Healthcare Committee. The new coverage, if you are a City of Rochester employee,
so far so good,
will pay for services related to your gender reassignment surgery.
Mm-hmm.
What? So the dude can look like a lady, and the city is going to pay for it. Your tax dollars at work. Woo!
All right, so mostly a news story.
That was nothing.
It's got to be more than that.
It's got to be.
Yeah, there's more coming. So far, they're a bunch of dicks, but I don't think they should have been fired
Not
for
a
that.
firing offense right there.
Although we are getting to the point where when you say, I don't necessarily agree with that, that will eventually become, well, you got to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see if it gets worse.
Does that mean then they'll also, if women want to have a boob job, they'll pay for the boob job? Because I think that's only right.
The services that will be paid for under the new coverage: gender reassignment surgery, psychological counseling, because you're probably a nut job to begin with. That's my opinion. Hormone.
See, she added that
opinion.
part.
You're allowed to have your
she
opinion.
added that part, so, God, I hate this fucking bitch, so this is hard for me, because she is a twat.
Is she hot?
But, I don't know. I don't give a
How
fuck.
big's her clit?
Pop her face up on that fucking screen, Samuel.
Zoom in on the bikini crotch. We have different priorities.
See.
But, I mean,
Let's see.
you used to be able to voice your opinion on a radio show, and she even said, that is my opinion.
Yeah.
She thinks you're a nut job if you want that done.
A nut job.
You should be able to say that, even though you're a fucking twat.
Isn't that part of the treatment? If you want to become a woman, you have to get a nut job. See? All fired.
Counseling, because you're probably a nut job to begin with. That's my opinion. Hormone therapy, cosmetic and reconstructive surgery. So let me get this straight. A lot of women who have breast cancer sometimes have to fight with the freaking insurance company to get their breasts redone, right?
Right.
Because whether or not they're lopsided, because you just have the cancer removed, or maybe you have to have complete removal. Sometimes those insurance companies want to be a pain in the backside.
Will
but
the city then cover that cost? Will the city cover that cost?
I don't know. That's not. She didn't make any mention of that. I mean, I think some insurance companies do. Some you have to fight with for reconstructive surgery if you have cancer.
All right, so we're 2 minutes into the...
Nut job is what did it.
Nut job, in my opinion.
Doesn't matter.
And
that's it.
Yeah, but and then these fucking people, but she should not be fired for what she has said so far.
Yeah, and then she has a very viable argument about the insurance companies not covering people with medical problems.
And instead of firing her for saying that she thinks that if you're transgender that you're a nut job, well then how about you? It's like that's what a lot of people think.
That is what a lot of
and
people
maybe
think.
it's the wrong opinion, but that's literally the opinion a lot of people have.
Yes.
What, are you gonna fire everybody who thinks that and just doesn't say it?
Yes, Jimmy.
I don't know how you do a radio show at this point.
Crazy.
I just don't know how you do it.
If that is a firing offense, man, did we used to get away with murder.
Of course. Just groveling in their fucking groveling.
It continues here. Let's see if it gets worse.
There's an area high school that has a transsexual boy playing on the girls' varsity softball team. It's not right.
Kimberly and Becker, I'm a skinny girl trapped in a fat girl's body. Will the city pay for liposuction? That's a good question. I don't know.
They're kind of shitty at doing bits, but they're trying to do bits.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the quality of their radio.
They're shitty bits. Trying to make some jokes now.
Yeah.
There's no hate in their voices, really. What is the softball team player? What was that again?
A boy, a transgendered, I guess, boy to girl, or playing on the girls' softball team.
Yeah.
But there was a big controversy about this in MMA when there was, I think, someone had gone through the full surgery.
Right.
But Rogan raised such a
Rogan
smart point about being born with a certain bone structure.
Right.
And it wasn't about bigotry. It was about there's a physical difference in bone structure and ligament strength. And Joe was really smart the way he...
Fat on your butt.
Oh, man.
Are they going to pay for... Obviously, right?
No. I'm a broke guy. I mean, I'm a rich guy stuck in a broke guy's body. Do you think they'll just give me a lump sum of cash?
They should.
They should. I mean, I feel rich. Why shouldn't I be able to be rich?
So true, Chris.
Yeah, there's really two issues here, Kimberly. First of all, you got a guy playing girls softball, which is wrong.
Right.
I don't care
Even
who
though
it
he
is.
thinks and feels like a girl.
I think a guy playing girls softball is wrong.
Yeah.
They can hit the ball. Of course, guys can hit the ball generally further than women.
Is that the dude?
I don't know.
Do we have any more of the picture down there? Oh, that's it.
So is that a guy?
But they'll say no, that it's not. I think their argument is, well, no, it's not a boy, or you're not like a boy who's becoming a girl. This is who you are. They're saying that there's a different gender. I mean, again, I'm completely paraphrasing. I could be fucking 100% wrong.
I bet that motherfucker could jack the ball further than fucking the chicks on the team. But sorry, is that another picture of the dude?
But I don't know. Guys playing girls sports. Why would you want to do that?
But he'll say he's not a guy.
Yeah.
And if you say he, they'll go, well, he's not a he. It's not a she. There's no, you step in shit. You're in a little circle, and you step in shit no matter which direction you walk in.
What the fuck?
You verbally step in shit.
Yikes.
I don't know.
I'm not going to say anything. Wow. You know, in my opinion,
how do you handle that?
Not very attractive.
You got a guy who wants to be a girl. So then, because he wants to be a girl, he's playing on the girls' softball team.
Well,
are we allowed to say that's that seems strange to me.
You can't not allow.
I remember being in high school. We all remember being in high school, and that seems strange to me that you.
Just a couple of years ago.
Thank you.
wasn't.
That as a guy you'd want to go on a girls' team.
But it's not a guy. That's the whole.
But he's got guy parts still.
Doesn't matter.
Very confusing.
It is confusing.
The whole thing is very confusing.
But
all right, he says he's not a guy anymore. He thinks like a girl, but he has the guy parts, which means he has the guy physique, like Rogan was talking about. And now you're on a girls' team. That's strange to me.
But if you say that
seems like you would have an unfair advantage in general. Although there are girls that could play the sport better than guys, but in general, guys are stronger at sports.
I would imagine.
But you can't even say it's strange.
You can't even say. I know.
Like even if it's like I can never get the LGBT. You can't expect everyone just to understand this in the scope of a couple of years.
Yeah, and don't mistake, like Jimmy said, don't mistake misunderstanding for hate.
Or even not people who don't like it or people who don't get it. Don't necessarily hate you.
No.
And there's a lot of people that don't want you to have your rights. At least they were saying it on the radio so you know where they stand.
Yeah.
They weren't saying one thing and cowering and voting another way or going behind the scenes. You know where they stand.
Right.
You can't get respect out of just fear. Fear-mongering, making people scared to discuss the topic itself. You're just going to get resentment. You know, you get resentment. People don't like being told what they can or cannot say. With the consequences being their jobs.
It takes time to get acceptance. You can't force that on people because you just get people that are really just bitter that they're being forced to think a certain way. A few more years go by, then maybe this type of thing won't be as strange to the mainstream. But the fact is, it's a bit strange when you really break it down and try to wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you hate the person because he's going through this in his life or her life.
But that's it.
But it's just strange to me.
It's in all these organizations that are there for people of different sexuality, race, women's groups, all of it. They take whatever the criticism is or the misunderstanding or whatever or other people's opinions, and it instantly goes into the hate and bash and punch column. You know, they can't see it as anything but hatred, and you're not being tolerant. It doesn't mean, and you can have an opinion on this without it being hatred.
So there's the story.
What I say?
There's the story in Rochester. They cover the story, and then they're trying to just have a little fun with it. That's all this is.
They're doing dumb morning radio.
They're doing dumb morning radio, trying to come up with some jokes. They're failing miserably. To be completely honest with you, but
we think they're
at least trying. They're at least trying, though.
At least they're trying.
They're not like, yeah, fuck them.
You should just go out and punch them in the face.
Right.
That would be a firing offense.
Of course. They're just trying to fucking entertain their listeners.
Not talking about how maybe the insurance companies should deal with people with medical problems. If they're going to deal with this, maybe they should take care of women that have been victims of cancer.
But you can't say a nut job. Even if you're wrong, you can't say. Like, how can that be a fireable offense?
Especially when you add,
it's a very vague term. Yeah. Yeah. And nut job is very, subjective. It's,
But to not be able to say that, even if people who are
doomed.
Yeah, we're transsexual would go like, that's wrong. I'm not a nut job. Okay, fine. But you can't fire someone for thinking that.
No.
Any person or group.
I guess so, yeah, you can.
Any person or group that thinks this is a firing offense is an oversensitive douche.
Yeah.
Who's just trying to make some noise and get their group recognized.
Well, there's more audio, but so
maybe
far
they go crazy then.
But so far, I don't think they should have been fired for anything that I've heard.
Not even close.
And I don't like these guys at all. I want to continue stressing that.
Yeah.
Because they took some ridiculously cheap shots at Brother Willis who didn't deserve it.
He still has guy strength, right?
Right.
And I know this goes on in a number of sports. If the school does not offer, like, boys volleyball, there are boys who play on the girls' volleyball team. But clearly in this situation, the school district does have baseball for boys. But does that mean this kid mentally thinks he's a woman or trying to become a woman, so he's going to play girls' softball?
Now, someone's trying to guess. I will tell you, it is not a city school.
No, can't you just
It is
spitball
not
like that?
a city school.
Just talk about things and be like just a flow of ideas and opinions and thoughts on a subject and be able to do it unhindered. It's amazing.
It's unfortunate. Because
you should be able
I don't hear hate in their hearts about it.
None.
I hear where they don't really understand understand the whole topic at hand.
Fucking ridiculous.
But even if you have hate in your heart, you probably should be able to do that on the radio.
Be able to say it.
The old days used to be able to spew shit and have hate in your heart as long as you were following the FCC.
Right.
And their rules.
It doesn't make sense anymore. You can't. People should be able to listen to things and assess it in their own mind and be able to interpret if it's hate speech, if it's fucking just someone's opinion, if it's somebody with a lack of understanding, two people trying to figure something out. Mm-hmm. When you just have a stream of consciousness and there's a genuine discussion about a topic going on the air, you might hit on things that people might be offended by, that you have completely wrong because it's an opinion based on something that you're not really that knowledgeable at. But you shouldn't have to run everything through the "is this going to get me fired" filter because some group is going to be upset that you're even discussing it.
Right. I hear nothing in this audio
Nothing.
as far as being fired for.
I hear shitty radio.
Yeah, it's just
there.
bland. It's just there. It's not. I don't even know if it's shitty. It's just there.
I would be down the dial so fast.
I wouldn't even think twice about this discussion. I would have moved on to some fucking music station.
Listen to Spirit Taurus.
We got a good amount of a little bit of press from the. We talked about what did we talk about right before we went on break about the liberal repression of speech.
Yes.
And it seems like that's been a big topic now, is it how they're repressing speech. And Bloomberg, it fits in with this. I will never bash Bloomberg again.
What?
Because he spoke at Harvard, and he just basically blasted Ivy League schools for being repressors of ideology, and he pointed out how 96% of Ivy League schools donated to Obama, which is fine. But that point of view is all that's being shown.
But that should give you a little perspective on the mindset there. That 98%, 96, same fucking thing.
But how
not really. It's too different.
How his Raymond Kelly, his police commissioner, was shouted down at Brown University when he was trying to talk about the policing in New York, and all that, just screaming about his blacks and Muslims. Like, they wouldn't even hear the discussion.
Of course.
It's because the people getting angry.
Condoleezza Rice?
Yeah, Condoleezza Rice couldn't speak.
They don't even want to hear somebody's take on life?
Little babies.
Little
baby boys and baby girls who mommy and daddy have gone out of their way to never make them hear anything unpleasant, now can't even hear commencement speakers.
Right.
Please, I hope I got that word right.
With an opposing
view
of the 96%. It's
embarrassingly.
It is embarrassing.
One-sided and shallow. But I'm glad people are calling them out now, and it's good to hear Bloomberg do that at Harvard.
Is the pendulum swinging back the other way?
It'll never swing back the other way. But it's just nice to hear people, just telling these language policemen to go fuck themselves.
Let's get through this audio.
It is not a city school that has an alleged transgender kid on the girls' varsity softball team. That shouldn't be allowed. And tax dollars and medical insurance should not pay for that.
Okay.
That if you want that and that's going on in your head,
that's fine.
That should be out of your own pocket.
Yeah.
That's why insurance companies are so screwed up. They'll pay for that, but they don't want to pay for, certain new therapies of cancer treatments.
She's got that sexy rasp voice. Does good with girls on radio when they have that little rasp to their voice. Sounds like they've been out smoking and drinking all night.
Yeah.
Like it.
She's not being outrageous there at all.
No, nothing outrageous.
She's using it to complain about insurance companies.
Right.
Like, hey, if you're going to do this, why not do
We've all had to deal with insurance companies where you get that letter and they're like, yeah, we're not covering that. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
You're not covering that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I wanted my teeth cut into little baseball caps, and they refused to do it.
They wouldn't do it?
No.
Aw.
But that'd be cute.
Baseball caps. Yeah.
They don't. Whatever.
Is there more? Because I can't imagine that's what they got fired for.
Yeah, there's more. And then a caller calls them out.
Some N-bombs, something.
Caller calls them out, and that's that's part of when you're spitballing, like Ant said, and throwing it around a little bit and trying to figure shit out on the fly.
Well,
She's very opinionated about what's going on there in Rochester, and I don't hear anything outrageous.
The PD says then you take it to the phones.
Right.
After you're done discussing.
Right.
Take it to the
next level. Some kind of, what, is it a pyramid or something?
I don't know, something like that.
Who knows?
Hi, you're on the radio with us, Kimberly and Becker. What's up?
Oh, God.
God, that fucking voice. You hear that? That was a high? That was a wow.
On the radio. Oh, yuck.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Let's hear him.
Now we're going to have to play this 5 times. You know how this works.
Hi, you're on the radio with us, Kimberly and Becker.
Kimberly and Black. Kimberly and Black.
It's not even as bad as
I know, it never is.
Hi, you're on the radio with us, Kimberly and Beck. What's up?
Oh, hi. So you're speaking about this transgender individual in a very disrespectful manner.
Really, sir?
You're missing a lot of the points about being transgender. The thing is, this girl, she's a girl. She chose to be a girl. You keep referring to her as a boy, and that's incredibly disrespectful. And
you chose, the person saying she chose to be a girl. How do you expect everyone just to grasp that and accept it?
Right.
Not in God's eyes way, but that you choosing to be something is all of a sudden what it should be.
And how is discussing it disrespectful? Like, that's not even, what they did wasn't even disrespectful. They're discussing some subject and it's no wacky opinion. This is stuff that a lot of people think about this subject.
Of course.
How is it so disrespectful to say that it's a guy that's playing?
In all fairness, that's the caller's opinion on the whole thing, which is fine. Because now have a discussion about it. Maybe you'll learn from each other. I don't know.
No, you got to fire the people. That's what you do.
That's incredibly disrespectful. And
wasn't she born a boy? You're talking about the high school player on the varsity girls softball team, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here in the area. We didn't mention what school.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So she is still a boy, right?
She's still a boy, right? She's still a boy, right?
But this is how people think about it.
Has a little Jimmy Stewart in there.
We're going to throw this. Keep your chin up.
Right. Now I just want to make fun of their voices. I don't even give a fuck anymore.
Whatever they're saying, it's just blah, blah, blah at this point.
Right, now I'm just picking up on the bad radio voices.
We didn't mention what school.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So she is still a boy, right?
Still a boy, right? Right.
What is that? Is that the same guy as...
That isn't even a voice. Shit.
So she is still a boy, right?
So she is a boy, right?
And well,
you hear Jimmy Stewart, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I got to hear it one more time. Sorry, people.
School.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So she is still a boy, right?
Right. You gotta get your toolbar. Look at your toolbar.
We're gonna get through
this.
We're gonna get through this. You gotta play that into break.
Keep your chin up.
I love that dumb.
We're gonna get through this.
Through this.
No, she has a penis, but she's still female. That's how it works.
But she has a testosterone.
Wait, did you guys hear that, or did I just think it?
Oh, is that Jimmy's inner voice?
Yes, my inner monologue.
But that's what that guy on the phone said, and believes in his heart, in his soul.
Yes.
Other people, most of us, still can't wrap our heads around.
If you have a penis and testicles,
right,
you're considered a male in just about every aspect of life.
But people are trying to explain to us that's not the case.
That's not
because
the
their
case.
brains are wired differently. I understand where they're coming from, but for us to completely understand that, it's going to take a lot longer.
Physically, it's a dude playing softball.
Right.
Physically, come on.
Yeah, there's no
It's not
third
like
set
it's
of genitals.
No.
There's no third set of genital. There's the reproductive organs of a man, and there's the reproductive organs of a woman.
Yeah.
So the point is you're not. It's like if there was a third set of genitals, people would go like, oh, okay.
Right.
So how do you expect people just to understand that because you say it? I'm not saying it's not even that they're lying, but you know, how do you expect people just to grab that and go, oh, okay, that's the way? You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
You got three different things that you're trying to force into two categories.
And still,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
There's penises, vaginas, and then there's people that, you know.
But there's only a penis and vagina,
right?
As far as what dictates a man and a woman,
right?
That's it.
And so what do they say
Period.
that like it doesn't? You're not defined by your genitals. I mean, again,
stop.
I don't.
Scientifically, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You should see me walk around in sweatpants.
I have.
Trust
I
me.
still can't figure it out.
Trust me.
I'm like, that guy's got a big clit.
And again,
Makes me
so
sound
far,
like I have a small penis, you son of a bitch.
So far, nothing. Fireable.
No, nothing. And I got to say it again. I do not like these guys
whatsoever.
See, I thought you liked them. Whatsoever.
It's my favorite radio show.
So this pains me.
Yeah.
Because the easy thing to do would be fuck these guys because they fucked with my mentor basically.
Yeah. But as a broadcaster,
I see nothing in this that
Just
should
proud.
get these guys fired.
Yeah.
But she has a testosterone, which makes her stronger than the average bear.
Okay, but there's some females out there who have a lot of testosterone naturally.
But they're females. They're born females. They're still female.
The ability, see, having a vagina does not make you a better softball player.
No, but
Well,
having a penis.
It certainly can be used as a backup glove, can it?
It's funny. Hey, that's funny. I didn't catching a softball with your cunt.
Yeah, that was a fucking funny line.
Right,
there you go.
Yeah.
You squat on a ground ball, takes a bad hop.
Absolutely. You pick it up, you go run over and drop it on the bag. Looks like the alien birth. Fucking slimy softball that nobody wants to touch.
I liked it.
Looks like a candy-coated apple.
Right.
Ugh, clots on it.
But going for the joke.
Yeah.
No hate behind that joke. Just trying to get, trying to be a little silly.
Pussy catcher's joke.
The thing about being transgender, though, it's this kind of spread of misinformation that keeps the stigma alive.
You know
Listen,
what you want to do with your body and what sex you want to be is your business. I've got no problem with that. Kimberly's got no problem with that.
Don't.
We just don't think the city of Rochester taxpayers should be on the hook for that. That's all.
Nor do I think if you're transgendered, should you get to, if you're a boy, who in your mind you're a girl, and maybe you've gone through the process, you shouldn't be able to play on the girls' varsity. You have advantages. You have strength advantages. You have hormone advantages.
You should be playing on the boys' baseball team.
But do you see right there when they said
they embraced the sexuality of the individual? So there you go.
Wow.
And the person said,
"There you go."
She said, you're spreading misinformation. No, they're not coming off like an authority on the subject.
Not at all.
The Surgeon General or they are just talking it through. They're having a discussion.
And everyone says that's, what we need to do. We need to have an open dialogue about this.
Right.
What a bunch of fucking liars.
Yeah.
Right. Open dialogue, my fucking ass.
They put that caller through. They didn't shout down that caller. They listened to that caller.
We're safer than most here at Satellite Radio, but even us playing this audio and discussing it, in the back of my head, I'm like being extremely fucking careful.
What did we say?
Right. Extremely fucking careful. These guys... I don't know if I've told you, but I really hate their fucking guts.
You have not made that clear.
Okay.
See, I thought.
I hate their fucking guts. I want to make that perfectly clear. They have done... How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? And then it just turns into... Fucking Herman Munster in a wig.
Willie, how you doing? Grandpa Eddie, how you doing?
That's a big bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Holy, she would kick my ass.
Has ya?
I'm pretty convinced that she would probably win in a fight with me.
Fucking probably.
And I do all right. I'm just going to say I do all right.
You can scrap?
I can scrap a little, but I think she would get the best.
She'd get the best of you in the long run.
How would she do it, you think?
Fucking pin you down. Really? Choke you out.
She would choke. She would guillotine choke you.
Choke you. Guillotine choke.
But at least I would have those
standing fucking guillotine.
Fuck.
At least I would have those warm boobs resting on the back of my head as she chokes me out.
Yeah, you'd be looking at her heels as she fucking like a standing guillotine. She would lift you up, and your little dumb feet would come off the ground.
Just imagine that tunnel vision just closing in on her heels.
Yeah,
as you fucking lose consciousness.
Yeah, and you're feeling the sweat of her side through her shirt because she's in combat mode.
Is that okay to say that a big bitch would beat me up?
Hearing how you doing, echoing because your hearing is going.
How you doing now?
Or she'd be taunting you. You're not doing so well.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Guillotine choke.
Yeah,
that's how it would go down.
Yeah, or she'd throw you on the ground and like fucking side mound you and pound you with her fucking elbow. She'd give you a brutal, like a male beatdown.
Oh yeah.
Here's another question, because as a guy, you're taught not to hit women.
Yeah.
When do you start just fucking
if you're
hammer
losing,
fisting her?
Because you're losing.
Right. When
you're losing.
When
Bad.
you go, fuck everything I know about not hitting women.
Start fighting like a man.
And start fighting.
Yeah.
When? Once you popped you a few times with some jabs? Maybe a heel to the balls. What would it take for you to go, I'm done. I now have to hit a woman?
I think as a guy, you have to take a defensive stance with a woman and just try to protect yourself.
Sure.
But if they start getting the best of you and you feel that your consciousness might be slipping away, you just got to haul off.
But what is that? Like one good solid punch they get into your head? And
Yeah,
you get
if you
a little,
feel
like,
it.
woozy?
You start losing your legs and you see that they're charging at you. Oh, you gotta
you're on the ground just hammer fisting a broad.
Just a brutal fucking movie beat down.
I always wonder that. When do you have to cross the line?
Yeah, chivalry goes out the window.
Right. Is she suffocating you with her big ass? Anyway, let's continue with this audio.
But yeah, they say to have the discussion. They are having the discussion. They're not saying beat up transgendered people, or they're garbage, or fuck them, or get them out of the they're talking through honest feelings.
Yes.
They're not experts, so spreading misinformation is done by experts. They're not experts. No one thinks that these two morons are fucking medical experts.
I like that they're having this discussion, because you might learn something.
Yeah.
You know, what ends up happening in the end, you got other radio shows that see that these radio shows are getting fired. So now these tougher topics, they're not even going to even touch.
Yeah.
And you could get some knowledge by just discussing things.
They don't want an open discussion.
City taxpayers do pay for school sports teams because it's school tax, right?
Right.
Nobody pays for a transgender person's stuff, treatment and care and all that. It does come out of pocket.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're only paying so much of it. If you work for the city of Rochester, the city's insurance is now going to pay for it.
Oh, cool.
I mean, that was the point of our conversation.
I don't see what that has to do with this high school kid, though.
Well, I mean, it was just someone had texted in saying, hey, did you know, in the midst of our talking about the city of Rochester insurance now paying for transgendered individuals. It was just kind of a conversation within a conversation.
Okay.
Got it?
Still, it's incredibly disrespectful towards transgender people. Please don't spread any misinformation.
But do you see right there how like they gave her a reasonable answer about how this happened?
A completely reasonable answer.
And still keep the narrative. Please don't spread misinformation.
Right.
They're not authorities on the subject.
They're not professing to be either.
They're just giving an opinion.
Just talking. Jacking.
Please don't spread any misinformation, especially when you're joking about it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
What? Thank you.
Now, why you got to be mean like that?
That was funny. Thank you, sir.
But was that a guy or a girl on the phone?
I mean, I don't know, but that was funny. Thank you, sir.
There's nothing here. Oh, and I despise these people. Let me. We have one more clip, but let me go to Mark in Rochester. Marky.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Pretty good, Mark.
How's it going?
Here's the funny thing. I mean, did you guys kind of hit the nail on the head?
Of course we did.
You're bringing a discussion up. I mean, you should be able to talk about it. And the fact that they're joking about it, that's what they do. They're DJs.
I was only joking.
What the thing is, that when they said nut job, I think that really hit a chord and that kind of put it over the edge. But again, if you look at a new release, I think even last week on a DVD, there's a Disney movie that came out called Nut Job, and it's a cartoon.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. I mean, like I said, you have to have an open forum.
Someone's got a problem with that.
It's, you know, but anyway, I'm punching out, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, thank you,
that caller got their points out, and they were allowed to talk, and they weren't shouted down. And, you know, the guy said, you know, thank you for calling, sir. You couldn't really tell on the phone if there was a marrow.
Yeah. I think the articles I read, they got fired for saying nut job.
Oh, was it? Okay.
More or less.
Really?
That part of it. But here's one more piece of audio from the whole thing.
This guy who's playing girls softball, does he use the girls' locker room?
That's up to the individual.
Why?
Some states actually have laws that prevents transgender people from choosing their own bathroom.
I got to figure that he probably doesn't. Although I bet you if you ask the girls at this high school that's not in the city, but it's in one of the suburbs, I bet you ask the girls, they probably don't care one way or the other. I mean, they're not worried about this kid probably who's transgendered using the girls' locker room.
When he steps up to the plate, doesn't he have two bats?
Penis joke? It's a dick joke. He's making pussy joke, dick jokes. Yeah. Oh, thank you, sir.
Right.
Fucking funny. Yeah. All right. Not bad.
Okay, but listen,
making jokes.
Another thing about being transgender is...
she doesn't want to joke with you about it, Beck. Right, you understand.
We really,
understand all the nuances,
we understand how
the
serious you
sensitivity,
are,
and we get it.
I just don't. I think if you're born with a penis, you should remain. Yeah, you're a boy, and you should remain on the boys' team until you no longer have the penis. But that, again, that's just me. I may be narrow-minded in this.
So, I mean, here's the deal, though. Again, I'm just going to say it. There are advantages.
See, these guys, they're pretty smart broadcasters because they know all the problem areas. Because they keep saying, that's my opinion.
You can hear. They're actually trying.
That used to be good enough in radio.
Yep.
You know?
But they found something to get him on.
Now, Ope likes these guys, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're defending them because you're a fan of the show.
A fan of the show.
But I'm being impartial in defending them.
I will fucking flip shit right now.
Oh, shit.
Well, you don't have to love these guys.
How you doing? Fucking, was it Fred from Brooklyn? Wait, he has a funny tweet about my fight with my imaginary friend.
Funny.
Fred from Brooklyn, Fred Brooklyn on Twitter. He writes, she'd beat you with a garbage can cover like Sonny and the Godfather.
Bite your hand if you try to grab onto the railing.
Yeah. Yeah. You make fun of my how you doing again, and I'll kill you.
I would know she means business when she rips off her fucking wig and goes into fighting stance.
Yeah, fight mode.
And then I'm like, shit, I'm in trouble.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Does she take her heels off before she starts kicking the shit out of me?
Yes.
She does?
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'd rather have the heels on because she'd be a little off balance. I might
you might get an
catch her
advantage
with
there.
one.
Right. Chop out the base.
Oh, God. You've never been beat up by a girl, right?
Not for free.
No, I don't know. Were you in court for my divorce? A sound thrashing.
That's gotta suck. All right, let's get to the end of this. We're just about there.
There shouldn't be, a boy who thinks he's a girl on the girls' varsity softball team. I don't care if he's going through all the transgendered stuff.
Yeah.
I get it. We're sensitive to that. You can do whatever you want to do with your body, love whoever you want to love. We have always said on this show, not enough love in the world.
No.
The fact of the matter is, the city shouldn't pay with taxpayer dollars insurance for transgendered stuff. Just like if you feel like, man, I'd really like a facelift because my nose too big, or maybe I've got wrinkles. No, I'm a nut about it.
Right.
I mean, where do you draw the line? I mean, I get it.
This is Aerosmith made a lot of money off of making fun of the fact.
Yeah, they're making fun of
Aerosmith, though. Dude looks like a lady. You probably couldn't put that song out nowadays.
Yeah,
what was that about? Was that about?
It has to be.
It was about a dude that looks like a lady, right?
If I know my rock and roll knowledge, I think it's about Motley Crue. Actually, I think they're kind of making fun of the fact that they kind of had the makeup.
Out of here.
I think someone might, maybe someone could help me on that one. I believe so.
I'm just going through all the words in my head.
Looks like a lady.
Backstage, we're having a time of our lives. Somebody say, forgive me if I seem out of line.
Does anyone know? I feel like I read that somewhere.
Wikipedia is saying that it's interpreted as being about a drag queen.
Oh.
Okay.
Drag queen's not good. You can't say that. You can't say tranny. You can't say she-male.
Why can't you say drag queen?
I don't know.
I've never heard that.
You're pointing out that someone might look different than you.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that nowadays.
That was another thing that I think RuPaul was commenting about, that people were mad because he, she, whatever, used she-male.
Right.
As the, viewer male thing for the TV show. Yeah. She-male. Let's check out the she-male. And then say, oh, that's terrible. Oh, you can't use that. Derogatory. Oh. How the fuck do you keep track of what's derogatory now? Things that were acceptable forever. Like all of a sudden, overnight, it's a bad word now, and you can't use it, and it's hatred. Shut up.
And Rue said that it's not the words, it's where the intent and where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And if you're a member of that community, and you think RuPaul, who literally became mainstream, and people are like, oh, I kind of like RuPaul. I like that.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you're turning on RuPaul because Ru doesn't use the appropriate words. Go fuck yourselves.
They probably look at Ru like a tranny Uncle Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're just... Oh. But RuPaul put transvestites on the map.
Intercom statement on the whole thing.
So.
Oh,
I'm
thank
sure
it's not groveling or
Thank
like.
God.
So
I bet diversity, tolerance, words like that.
So, I really come from a place where I don't like these guys. And
what guys?
I kind of
the radio show. But I don't like them.
Well, you guys.
That's very hurtful.
I come from a place.
But with that said, I almost feel sorry for these guys. They got fucked royally.
They did.
They were having an open discussion about something that's going on in their town. A lot of people probably think the same way. They said that you should be able to love whoever you want, and they understand the topic in general.
Yeah.
And then they had people that had other opinions, and they discussed it with them.
Discussed it openly, like everyone says you're supposed to.
Yep.
We need to open a dialogue on race. We need a dialogue on the transgendered community. We got to talk openly about misogyny and women, and that it's all bullshit. You don't want an open discussion. You think an open discussion is your point of view, no dissenting point of view,
right?
And that's open discussion.
And radio's weird because people don't want to acknowledge that maybe broadcasters are just trying to make jokes as well.
Yeah,
they know it was a joke, but then they take it out of context, and then in writing it looks like, oh my God, you hear this hateful thing they said?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah. They know you're kidding. They don't care.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But why radio guys? Why are we the lowest scum in entertainment?
We certainly are.
Intercom statement. A statement from Intercom Rochester's Vice President and General Manager Sue Munn reads as follows. This morning, Intercom fired Kimberly and Becker effective immediately. I don't know why they always have to add that.
Effective immediately.
When you're fired, what, you get to linger a little bit?
Effective 10 years from now.
When you're fired, you're fired. Why the effective immediately?
It sounds like you're doing it. Effective, we'll see when.
Right.
Yeah.
They're hateful.
Hateful.
That's why I fucking hate radio.
This
is why
hateful?
I fucking hate radio.
All cowards.
Don't
you
hate.
can't even stick up for your own people. Because there's nothing in there that was actually hateful.
Opie,
nothing.
Just because you're a fan of the show, don't pour your personal view of this on.
I hate them for other reasons, but they didn't say anything hateful in there.
There was nothing hateful.
Their hateful comments against the transgender community do not represent our station or our company.
Oh, shut up.
Wow.
We deeply apologize.
Apologies are so deep.
You could just apologize.
You don't have to go very deep.
We deeply apologize to the transgender community, the community of Rochester, and anyone else who was offended by their hateful comments.
Community.
Their hateful comments.
They're calling what we listen to hateful comments in this day and age.
I don't trust.
Unbelievable.
I don't trust one fucker in management.
No.
They will throw you under the bus in a second.
That's terrible.
They know damn well there's nothing hateful in there.
Not a thing.
And they don't have the balls to say that.
Not a thing.
They don't have the balls to say, they took on a tough topic this morning. Their opinions are their opinions. I think they made it clear that's how they feel. But they also said in there that there's not enough love in the world and you should be able to love whoever you want.
They should have gotten a pat on the back.
Jesus. What about all that stuff?
Yeah.
And I fucking hate these fucking guys.
Oh, see, but...
We are proud of our past work on behalf... Look at this. We are proud of our past work on behalf of the local LGBT community. What do they do for the community? I would love to know exactly what they did. And we remain committed to that partnership.
Just gross lawyer pussy language.
Partnership.
Then Kimberly and Becker apologize, I guess. Let's see. Or is this the story about the apology?
Waddle-dee-doodle.
Oh, okay. Intercom Rock, The Buzz. We might have been on The Buzz up there for a while. I don't even know. New York Fire morning duo, Kimberly and Beck, following an on-air remarks over new transgender benefits for City of Rochester employees caused an uproar.
They're hateful remarks.
It didn't cause an uproar.
No.
There was a letter that was sent to the station.
Yeah.
A form letter, basically.
One letter, right?
We are that's what I think.
Yeah.
We are very sorry for the hurt and pain we have caused anyone, especially those in the transgender community and their friends and families. What we said and the manner in which we handled ourselves was wrong. This is Kimberly and Beck apologizing.
Wrong?
Well, wrong about? At this point, they were trying to save their asses.
Good lack.
Because the apologies are all bullshit. We know that. What we said and the manner in which we handled ourselves was wrong. We take full responsibility and we deeply apologize to any and all that we offended.
Put on your scuba gear. We're going deep.
They don't believe any of this stuff.
Of course they don't.
This is Kimberly and Beck's apology. Our attempt was to discuss a controversial health care issue. However, our lack of sensitivity and understanding of the transgender people and their plight created 12 minutes of radio we wish we could take back. That's how that reads. We wish that we could take back. We fully understand Entercom's position and their decision to dismiss us. They're trying to
This is all about back pay. Yeah. This is all about severance package
and setting up for their next
right.
Gig. It is their right, and we accept their decision and our responsibility in it. It's too bad they have to say that.
Yeah,
they don't believe any of this shit.
I truly love Big Brother.
Entercom has been and will continue to be a strong advocate for the LGBT community, and we are proud to have been helpful in Entercom's efforts over our 13 years with the company.
This is grovelly.
They fired a radio show that was with them for 13 years over
that.
Over what we just heard.
Over what you just heard.
And the lawyer writes that statement
up.
Yeah.
The lawyer writes that statement up, and that should be that's their statement. Zero sincerity.
13 years, and they might have had, I don't even think, but they might have had a bad segment in there that some people were offended by. Might have. It is our hope that this situation can be a time of learning and understanding about the transgender community and not a time for additional anger and insensitivity. This is a community of individuals who struggle painfully to be themselves and find the support and comfort they deserve. We believe that this can be a chance for all of us to stop the ignorance and find our humanity. Signed, Kimberly Ray and Barry Beck.
Written by LGBT community and some shitty lawyer from Entercom.
Yes.
Bunch of lawyers got together.
Yeah.
There's not 1 ounce of true humanity in that.
No sincerity.
It's lawyer blanket cover talk. It's just shit.
Let's learn.
Let's learn together. We're happy we got fired.
Yes.
Because we can help.
That's pretty much it. We're happy we got fired because now we can understand and learn.
Right.
Fuck
you. It's a stupid radio show. We all just do stupid radio shows in the end. I don't want to learn anything of substance doing this.
No.
Are you kidding? Why would I want to?
We're not teaching.
Right.
We're not here to teach
you anything.
We get
shit wrong every day.
Yes.
And I go home and I don't even think about it.
Don't even care.
I don't care what I got wrong. Oh, they'll tell me on Twitter. But I don't even care when I read the tweets. I don't care.
Doesn't even matter. Who cares, right?
Some days I get a couple good jokes in, and other days I bomb horribly. I don't give a fuck.
Doesn't matter.
We just come in here and try to fool around a little bit.
Oh, God.
Try to fool around a little bit.
With each other.
That's right, Jimmy.
That's right.
That's right.
Bunch of men doing some shoulder kissing.
You hateful man.
Wow, that's a rough one, boys and girls. That's a big radio company that doesn't even stick by their people, knowing that, you know, when you turn on these mics every morning, it's
especially when
there's a minefield out there. Landmines all over the place, and you never know. Because you don't. That's the beauty of a landmine. You don't even know what is going to fucking blow up your ass.
No,
you don't know which one. You don't know which step is going to do that.
Why couldn't Entercom come out and go like, we don't agree with what the host said. They don't reflect the company's views. They're individuals, and then behind the scenes say like, look, guys, just be careful with this one. Like, why not just? Why couldn't it be something casual like that? It's got to be a firing and a insincere garbage lawyer statement.
God, and I would sue. I swear to you, if I was them, I would sue.
They want their money.
Yeah, but I would sue. Fuck it. Because they said hateful a few times in their apology statement.
Yeah.
There was no hate in that.
No.
Prove they had hate in their hearts when they did that break. Prove it. Prove it in a court of law. I would love to see that case.
No one would think that was a hate speech. You know,
they didn't completely understand the mind of a transgender individual.
Right.
That's okay. What do they do wrong there? And we all know insurance companies are shitty. So when you do hear that they're, going to cover something like that, you think of all the stuff in your own life they didn't cover, and that does make you go, "What the fuck?" It does.
The best thing you can do is what they did: is have an open discussion about all this stuff. But people are now petrified to even discuss some of these topics. Not even get controversial with the subject matter, but even discuss matters of race or sexuality. People are petrified. They don't want to do it. Yeah. That's the forward-thinking, progressive, liberal way we deal with things now. Is to not even talk about, to be afraid to progress and to talk openly about subjects. Right. That is exactly what Jimmy brought up before vacation.
And you're considered conservative to say that. I'm not conservative.
Yeah.
I'm really not. But you're considered a conservative if you feel that way?
It's just astounding how stupid people are.
I mean, I'm probably I'm just saying I'm not conservative.
Right.
I'm not conservative.
Wow. Jesus. Breaking news.
What? I'm not conservative. I'm probably open-minded.
Right, open-minded.
Almost breaking news. Can we have a stinger? Almost breaking news.
Almost breaking news.
Wouldn't even make the message boards.
Yeah. So, fuck.
Yeah. Well,
that bothers me.
Bon voyage.
I went into this. I didn't want to hear the audio until I like hearing this stuff, fresh.
Yes.
I read all the articles and I was all like, "Yeah, fuck those guys. They did they did my boy Weeze wrong. So fuck those guys. I can't wait to hear the audio." And then I
thought,
and then I hear it. I'm like, "You got to defend them."
Yeah. As broadcasters, you have to.
That's why all those black morning radio hosts were all fucking stupid and dumb to do the rah-rah when Imus got fired.
Yeah.
Because they're coming after you next, you stupid fucks.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to defend someone that you don't like or agree with.
Although it is kind of like a rock paper scissors thing with different races and stuff. Like if black people talk about race on the air, you could pretty much get away with murder. But gay issues, you can't.
Asian issues, black hosts can't get away with.
Right.
White people. Black shows could bring a white person on and say it's Kick Whitey Tuesday, and white people would be upset, like afraid to call it out because they don't want to be considered racist.
Right.
Oh wow, that one doesn't sit well at all. No, that was pretty innocent radio right there. Believe it or not, on a tough topic, obviously a tough topic that most of us completely don't. We just can't wrap our heads around it yet. Yeah. We just can't. It's very confusing when you try to really figure it all out.
Exactly.
And I don't like the guy thing where the guys that go into like girl shit.
Yeah.
Like the Hooters. I was thinking of Hooters.
when guys are like, I want to be a Hooters waitress.
Yeah, and then he sues Hooters for his right to be
I should be able to.
A waiter at Hooters.
Shut up.
I hate all that stuff.
Oh, puppy.
A perfect pair? A perfect pair.
That doesn't make any sense.
All right, I guess.
Is there one of the Fox News concerts going on out there now?
Charlie Daniels.
Charlie Daniels is out there, huh?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Is he going to do The Devil Went Down to Georgia?
He was looking for a soul to steal.
I
used to know every word of that song.
He was way behind. He was looking to make a deal.
Oh. I used to know every fucking word of that
Came
song.
across this young man. He was sawing a fiddle and playing a heart. And
Play fiddle of gold against your soul. Think I'm better than you.
Devil jumped up on a hickory stump.
Oh.
He said, boy, let me tell you what.
Tell you what.
I guess you didn't know it.
I'm a fiddle player,
I'm a fiddle player, too. And if you care to take it there, I'll make a bet with you. He said, you play good fiddle, Chip.
Chippy Daniels.
Down to Georgia for a soul to steal.
That's the white man, right? Went down to Georgia? Is that what he means?
This young man sounds
hate speech, I'm sorry.
playing it hot.
I deeply apologize.
Stump and said, boy, let me tell you what. You didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you.
The song was huge.
You play a pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his
crossover
due.
hit.
Gold against your soul, because I think I'm better than you.
What's he playing out there?
Let's see what he's playing.
Oh, Jesus. You play devil.
Yeah, the house next door to me was sold.
He's got that, what is it called? The pubis or the,
fat
the pubis? What?
Pussy region.
I don't know. What is it called again?
Fupa.
The fupa?
Wow.
This song ain't devil went down to Georgia.
What?
We're gonna forget it. And that big fat moon's gonna shine like a smile.
I follow Charlie on Twitter.
Is he a conservative?
Oh, boy. He is very conservative, very religious.
Yeah.
And, yeah, very pro-America kind of a thing.
How old is Charlie?
He's got to be in his 70s at this point.
Let me look it up real fast here. This is 77 years old.
This is a rarity. Usually they just show them quick and go, oh, never mind.
Oh, there they go. Yes. Charlie Daniels.
Rarities?
First concert I ever saw, Long Island Arena.
Charlie Daniels?
Charlie Daniels. Yeah. What's the matter, Jimmy?
What happened?
That's Bad Face Street Rock.
Oh.
I said it was sexy.
Yeah.
Oh,
he said rarities. I like it.
So why don't we take a break? We're going to do some other things. The yearbook photoshopping. You guys know
that's
the story?
a good one. Yeah, saw that.
And other
so
apologies.
Stupid.
By the way, we still haven't gone 10 days.
We haven't gone 2 days.
Without an apology. We were gone, I mean, with the weekend involved, about 8 days, something like that?
Yeah.
And there were apologies all over the place when we were away from radio for a week.
We can't go a week.
We can't go a week.
No.
I just want to reiterate here on the Opie and Anthony show, we're trying to go 10 lousy days without some kind of, apology.
Yeah.
And we can't do it. It's becoming a joke in this country.
No.
It's becoming ridiculous.
Oh, I gotta hit the bathroom again. It's crazy. I went to the London.
Ooh,
the hotel. I stayed there in Los Angeles. Boy, it must have been a long flight there and back. Go ahead, Ed.
The restaurant is
the
amazing.
restaurant in there is fucking sick.
That's the one
so
I went
good.
and Donnie got us in the kitchen for the special chef table. with
Dandy
Ron
Don
Bennington.
Wicklin?
And I made fun of the whole thing, and to this day he's bummed out.
It's what's his name from the chef show?
Yeah,
It's
the
his
guy,
restaurant.
Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Kluzner.
No,
food there is amazing.
Gordon Ramsay, it's fucking crazy.
I don't like Gordon Ramsay.
But it got
No,
But it got you
What's wrong with
gurgling.
Yeah, it's got. Well, I was like
Got a little gurgle going on.
Just like,
Shitting all morning.
I know you
You're a real spokesman for the restaurant.
It's crazy. Look, I'm not trying to be. You
not-
the espresso.
Are you dropping hammers, or are they? What's the consistency?
This is dropping spackle.
Yeah. It's pudding with tumors in it.
I'm
Really?
dropping fucking wallpaper glue.
Oh, no hammers to be seen. Huh?
No, it's like what comes out of a glue gun.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes, white. It's cum.
Wow.
Shouldn't come.
Yes, someone came in my ass. Apparently that's what Jimmy's implying.
Isolate that.
Yeah, go ahead. Save that, please. Save the cum in my ass.
Oh, by the way, thank you, Psycho Bob. One more call on this topic, because this is very important. It really is. Psycho Bob, go ahead. Very good point.
Good morning, boys.
Hey,
I guess
hello.
The question is, does this mean that taking care of transgender surgery is more important than taking care of our veterans?
Yeah, apparently.
Well, that's sort of the point they were making up there. Like, wow, if you're covering that, but you're not covering all these other things.
And then you got veterans dying because they're
not getting proper
told to wait.
Yeah, they're not getting proper coverage.
And they're talking about Corporal what was it, Chelsea Manning, whose name was originally Bradley Manning. I don't know if he got the surgery or whatever, but how does he get that kind of care and regular veterans are not getting, or other veterans are not getting?
That's why you should discuss it. It confuses people that you're now covering that, but you're not covering some of these other things.
Yeah.
They got fired for that. Wow. That's oof. Wow. That's
crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Okay, we got other things.
Right.
Oh, I get it. Can't do this song these days.
Ah, right. Right?
Wait, can we stop the song?
Huh?
Why would the champagne taste like Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola?
Just so we could get to Lola?
C-O-L-A Cola. You gotta get to Lola somehow, right?
He's just trying to get to Lola, right?
I think he's just trying to get to
And one
Lola.
of the lines is lips like cherry cola.
Lips like cherry cola.
So he uses it again to get to Lola?
He really wanted to sing about Lola.
What else rhymes with Lola?
But
Ebola.
Ebola.
But what a weird way to get to Lola.
Yeah.
You're sipping champagne that tastes just like Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
What? I've had champagne. Have you ever had champagne that tastes anything like Coca-Cola?
None.
So what is he getting at there?
It rhymes with Lola.
That's all it is, huh?
What else, right? There's not really...
Rain over me.
Rain over me.
All day yesterday.
All day.
Rain over me.
All day long.
And then you get the Twitter assholes. You know, for most of the song, Roger actually does say or.
What?
Jeez, I fucked the whole thing up.
Over?
On.
No, he doesn't.
The Twitter fucking asshole said it.
He never says rain on me.
Because half the time he is singing rain on me.
That person should jump out a window because he's saying rain or me the entire song.
Rain or me.
Because it's rain over me.
Right.
It's the rain over me.
But then you could say rain on me.
No, not really.
Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Holy
Person's an asshole.
Can make it rain.
This is like TBT.
I always hated this.
Throwback.
I always hated the brrrr of the drums.
I like it in The Shining. Very scary.
And then the tinkling.
Tinkling of the keys.
I
tickle the
absolutely
old
love
ivories.
this song, but not the beginning so much.
I like when it starts that. This is just showing off.
No, I still don't like it.
I like when it goes. This
is where the song should start.
Okay.
Right here. Oh yeah.
This is rip off, by the way.
Only love can make it rain. The way the beach is kissed by
I saw The Who at Giant Stadium.
Yeah.
And they were doing like Tommy.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
I love that Tommy album. It's quirky and strange, but it's a masterpiece.
It was huge too. The sound, they had horns and everything. Ray, what's what, Ray? It's not on. Then they would have called it Rain on Me.
No, they would have solved a lot of problems by just saying Rain on Me.
And a lot of times if you imagine something being said, that's what you hear. Right. So if you hear it as Rain on Me, you're going to hear it as Rain on Me.
And doesn't the song work if it's just Rain on Me? Because it's kind of nice to be rained on.
No, but it's raining over him.
I know.
It's rained over me. It's raining over me.
But how about the fact that it's not R-A-I-N either?
It's rain.
Right.
Like to reign over something.
But don't they have like some...
A king doesn't reign on you.
Right.
He reigns over you. Or you.
For most of my life, I thought, you're just walking outside and you're getting hit with the rain.
With the rain.
So maybe I
rain
never understood this song.
I don't know.
Rain on me.
It's rain. It's rain.
R-E-I-G-N.
Yes.
Right. So this has
King
nothing
reigns over you. Love reign over me.
Right. So this has nothing to do with the weather.
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why they have the rain in the beginning of this song.
Well, that part doesn't make sense.
That confused everybody to make them think it's saying rain on me.
Of course.
Anyone tweeting that he says rain on me half of the song is an idiot.
They're just imagining that.
They are.
Oh, sorry.
Now he said cool, cool rain.
Remy Green. Is this Groundhog's Day?
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. Turn this off.
Okay.
Turn this off. He makes a good point.
It's Groundhog Day.
But we didn't. We added a little to that.
Hey, it's Mark Goodman. He's hitting the button for the free programming.
Yes. From.
All right, all you. What is he saying? I don't know.
I don't remember. Groundhog's Day.
I took a picture, by the way, of me right by that.
Did you really?
It's famous. It's famous now
because it's part of the commercial.
Yeah, so I'm gonna post it and show where they
get a
ripped.
shot of the commercial and do a split screen thing.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you got to split screen that.
I'm gonna show where they ripped it off.
But have someone split screen that for you because it's not gonna make sense if you just tweet it.
Well,
you need the split screen. Like here's the famous spot, and here, in case you don't know what I'm talking about. Here it is.
I don't care. I'm just.
Oh,
shit.
He's doing it. Right outside our building, right across the street, the Charlie Daniels Band.
Ooh, I think the devil could beat him these days. Fuck. Devil don't have arthritis.
Well, the devil went down to Georgia and he was looking for a soul to steal. He was in the bank and he was way behind. He was willing to make a deal.
Let's see how
he
long.
came across this young
They're not
man,
going to play the whole song, right?
playing hard, and the devil jumped upon a hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you why. You probably didn't even know it. I'm a fiddle player too. And if you care to take it there, I'll just make a bed for you. Now you play pretty good at fiddle, boy, but this skip the devil is
Sing it like the record, goddammit.
That crowd does not care.
No, huh?
But how weird is it he's still singing the song?
E-Rock, why don't you go there and smash the fiddle over your head? That'd rule.
When did this song come out? I swear I was a little kid.
In the late 70s?
And now he's still singing the song. That's crazy.
Holy fuck, that's
This song's got to be at least 40 years old, right?
Yeah.
When did it come out there, Sandy?
77? Around there?
That's what I want to...
77? 79?
This is 79.
If you remember...
That's 35 years ago.
This was the one that made him a big, hit. But Charlie Daniels was pretty big in certain circles before that in Southern rock.
Right. Got a big
this was like his big hit in 79.
Got a big old belt buckle on.
I listened to him back in 76, 77.
Really? What were some of the hits back then? I don't even know.
Oh, my God.
Country Boy, Wild...
right.
Wild-haired Country Boy. What are some of those other Charlie Daniels songs? Fuck, I don't know much about him. Your dad used to listen, probably, right?
No, this was more Southern rock. He was Western country, or country Western.
Let me see.
We play all kinds of music, country and Western.
Yeah, Long-Haired Country Boy, Simple Man, Uneasy Rider,
Green Grass and High Tide.
No, that's the Outlaws, you son of a bitch.
All right.
I used to
the Outlaws.
I used to make sure the music's nice and loud.
So gonna do it again?
I used to roller skate to that song.
You used to roller skate to that song? Not even rollerblade, right? Yeah.
It was 25A on your way into Northport. They had a little rink over there.
Yeah.
And this was one of the staples. Green Grass and High Tides forever.
What's he doing?
He's playing the fiddle. He's proving that he's good at it.
The devil would beat him so bad right now.
I always wonder what Steve Dahl was doing nowadays.
Steve Dahl's playing guitar.
He's playing guitar with the Charlie Daniels band now. Good for him. I didn't know he had that talent.
Oh, there's a couple of people dancing out there.
That's one of the hosts.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, trying to get something going. No one, like E-Rock said earlier, no one gives a fuck that Charlie Daniels is playing his ass off right now.
E-Rock, go over there and steal Charlie Daniels' hat and put it on your head and run around the... No?
Look, no one cares.
Half the people were looking the other way. Wow. I don't think that guy was in the original Charlie Daniels band.
Why? Why do you say that?
He looks a little young.
It looks like Don Wickman.
It does look like Don Wick. Where is Don? Is he playing? Is he playing with Charlie Daniels' band?
I think he is. Wow, they're going to let him play the whole song. This is rare for Fox.
This is the big hit. That's right.
It's also the end of the show, so they're just going to ride it out.
Oh, guaranteed they won't get right to the end.
Because he knew that he'd been beat. He wouldn't let that golden fiddle down the ground to John his feet down said devil and geese.
Not many teen girls with signs.
No.
Like at the Today Show when 1D is playing or something.
Look. People just chatting. They don't care.
They're enjoying the free barbecue.
Hey, E-Rock, why don't you go down there and smash the barbecue over your head?
That'd be cool.
That'd be great. Just get some fucking ribs and smash them over your head. Then high-five Charlie Daniels with barbecue sauce on your hand. Get it in his beard.
He must hate playing this song at this point, right?
This is his 1 millionth performance of
Oh, really?
The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Oh, we got right to the end.
Now, why didn't they let Loverboy do an entire song?
Or Eddie Money?
Yeah, I wanted to hear "Turn Me Loose, Turn Me Loose."
You heard that? You heard that?
The whole song?
No, you heard
that's
"Turn
it.
Me Loose, Turn Me Loose."
That's it.
So why Coca-Cola? See, let's get back on track here. John in New York's going to explain. John,
thank God.
Hello.
Hi, John. Hi, John.
Hi, John.
John?
Yeah, what's up, bud?
Hey, do you know why cola?
I got a theory.
Yeah.
The song's from the summer of the 70s, so I'm thinking he's going to drag shitty drag bar down in, like, the bad end. So they're going to be watering down their drink. My son comes calling the cup and tell him it's fucking champagne. He's drunk. You don't care.
I have no idea what he said.
I was taking pictures. I had no idea what he said. I needed pictures of Club Soda Kenny.
All right, I guess you explain that then.
My phone's shitty, guys. I'm so sorry.
No, what you're putting into it is shitty.
Breaking news in.
Yes. Is it near breaking news or really
We
breaking
are actually going to learn something today on the show. Breaking news. Yeah. Go ahead, Snowy in Michigan.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Fox pushed out, which I'm not surprised by. Actually, the line is supposed to say, I'm the best, you son of a bitch. I'm the best I've ever been.
I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best there's ever been.
No, it's son of a gun. It's son of a gun.
There was a son of a bitch version that was played on the progressive rock stations.
Why you explain this to me?
That's
the bit.
Do the bit.
This guy's actually trying to tell us that we don't know it's son of a bitch. Of course we know it's son of a bitch.
But then they did the son of a gun version.
Right, for what, AM radio?
And then they did the other version where it was like, I told you once, you son of a...
Right. Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Right.
They used to allow that.
They sure did.
And Dave Douglas made an edit.
Who did?
Dave Douglas made an edit of that song and told us not to play it.
Which one?
The fuck version of Who.
Dave Douglas. We weren't playing the Who up there.
Didn't we play the Who? I
don't know if we did.
Who
play
the
Who
fuck
up.
are you?
I don't know if we played the Who up there in Boston.
It wasn't one of the classics.
He was the one that edited the
Lightning Crashes.
Lightning Crashes by Live.
Fuck
A lot
yeah.
of stations did that.
With the
placenta falls to the floor.
Right.
They didn't like that line, so they started in the second line in.
My whole point is then don't play it.
Then just don't play it.
Don't fuck with the guy's song. Why would you fuck with the guy's song?
Yeah.
Somewhere right now, I have to say, Roland is high-fiving people.
Oh,
not in the New York subways because he's out of town. Big win for the Rangers last night, it pains me to say.
Roland's not the only one that's bleeding Rangers blue.
Who else?
I was checking some tweets last night.
That's, I was out. I was out at an establishment watching the game.
Right.
With the rest of New York.
You're a big Ranger fan?
Huge Ranger fan. You know.
I do?
Everybody knows.
Really?
Ranger Blue, motherfucker. I bleed it.
I actually know this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right?
All right.
Hope so.
Name 3 players.
Ron Duguay.
Ron Duguay.
Phil Esposito.
You know that Ron Duguay, that dope, still wears his hair the same way?
Really?
Me and Roland met him about 2 years ago. And he was kind of mad at... I think he was more mad at me than Roland that I didn't give him enough.
Yeah.
When he said he was Ron Duguay. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. I don't care. Because it was some kind of like package where you get to eat. They make it sound like you're eating with like some legends or some old players.
Right.
But they just kind of come in for a few minutes and walk the tables. Like at a wedding reception when the bride and groom come by real fast.
come by.
That's what...
Did you clink, 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 clink and watch Ron Duguay kiss another...
Well, he's like, hi, I'm Ron Duguay. And I was like, yeah, all right, hey.
Are you?
And I think he was mad that I wasn't more excited that I was meeting Ron Duguay.
Well, you should have been.
But his hair is exactly the same.
Exactly.
I hate when people do that. He was known
wants
for
to
that
be.
hair, so he has to keep it, for the rest of his life?
Well, something Bobby Nystrom can't do.
No, but he tried, though.
He did try. He had the Hulk Hogan skullet going for a
long
while.
time.
Wow.
But some of the guys that have the weird mustaches, they have to keep it for their whole lives.
What a head
now.
of hair.
There you go, see?
What a head of hair on Ron Duguay. Ron Duguay's almost looking like a young Jackie the Joke Man Martling, though.
Oh, wow, yeah, the eyes.
What's going on?
See the hair, though? What are you doing?
Yeah.
All right, you were known for that. Great. Be known for something else
He was
now.
known for his flowing locks. He didn't wear a helmet either, right?
Go
he
to
was
that
one of
picture.
those guys.
I think he's getting a little fill job there.
You think he's getting some follicles
Yeah, that one
implanted?
picture didn't look quite right.
Man, that's a full head of hair, dude.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't know.
He's got to be in his mid-50s easily.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's still dreamy.
Yeah. Blondie says "Finger Fuck Me" in her song, and it still gets played today.
Really?
What song has "Finger Fuck Me" by Blondie?
Blondie.
Is it one of the hits? Keith, is it one of the hits?
It's Rapture.
Is it?
She's singing, but you can't really make out what she's saying unless you concentrate on what she's saying. She says, finger back that. But when you listen really close, you can hear it. You can make it out clear.
Fuck me. I don't think so.
Wait, what? Yes. How far into the song?
Is it before or after she talks about Fab Five Freddy?
Yeah, Fab Five Freddy.
Fab Five Freddy, pre or post Fab Five Freddy?
That's a very good question.
I think it's right after she says, Slavo!
Oh,
boy.
It.
Slavo shirts are selling like fucking hotcakes.
Do hotcakes sell very well?
Yes, they do.
Z-Rock getting his taste?
When you sell a
don't get
lot
no
of
fucking
hotcakes,
taste.
what do you equate it to? Let's say you're at the International House of Pancakes, and they're like, we're selling hotcakes like... you don't
Like
have
Slavo
anything.
shirts.
Like Slavo shirts. All right.
And we still don't hear Blondie.
No.
I just looked it up. It's a misheard lyric.
Blondie!
What do you mean it's a misheard lyric? Maybe she did that on purpose. And
She says finger popping. Everyone thinks she says finger fucking.
Finger popping is finger fucking.
Yeah, but she doesn't say fucking.
In the song, yeah.
It's one of the, misheard
But you shouldn't
song
be
lyrics.
allowed to sing finger popping
Like, excuse
either.
me while I kiss this guy?
Exactly.
We play a lot of songs on this show.
It's all right.
I don't care.
We break it down, though.
Yeah, we do. We're like pop-up video.
Is it pre or post Fab Five Freddy? We need to know.
Pop-up video.
You remember pop-up video?
I used to love pop-up video. I was a huge fan of pop-up video.
When VH1 just started putting, TV shows.
Yeah, they used to just play,
Pop-up videos.
pop-up videos.
I love pop-up video. You learn a little something.
Wasn't Imus on VH1?
I don't know.
Like when they used to have VJs.
Scott Shannon was
Scott
the first,
Shannon was
the first VJs for VH1.
Yeah.
How's Shannon doing?
He's doing good.
Doing all right?
Here one by Hall & Oates on VH1. I got a tree on my house. Ta, 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 ta. Rapture. She was rapping long before black people.
Yes.
Tell you that.
Let's say
Black
hi.
people ripped off Blondie.
Let's say hi to Superfan Eric in Philly.
Nice.
Oh, Jesus Christ, you fucking guys are killing me this morning. God damn it, fuck the Rangers. I'm from fucking Philadelphia. We can't in New York. West is the best. God
Don't you
damn
shit
it,
on my
I
Rangers.
damn the goddamn Rangers.
Shit on my Rangers. Those are fighting words.
I hope they fall in a puddle of hate. You guys got me all fired up.
Wow. The hell is this?
Well, you know, people take their hockey team seriously. I hate the Rangers. Fuck the Rangers.
Oh, I don't even know of another hockey team. It's all about the Rangers. First Stanley Cup appearance in 20 years.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. They last won it in 94.
I remember that, too. I remember the big headline on the newspaper. I was working at St. John's Hospital in Smithtown, putting in a ventilation system in the tuberculosis wing.
A mere few weeks before the nighttime attitude.
I hope you didn't get it.
No, it wasn't that. No. I used to have to do the vents in there, though, and there was, like, fuzz growing on the inside of the vents. It was terrible. What an awful job that was. But then I remember, you know, it was like the next day, all the newspapers, holy shit. Rangers win, Stanley Cup.
That hurt as far as Islanders fans go.
Yeah, because we were still waiting for the drive for 5.
Well, we certainly were.
Remember the drive for 5? There was an Islander dynasty back in the 80s. A dynasty.
And we were able to say 1940. It was a wonderful chant.
It was.
1940.
Not as fun as 1940.
But, and then those fuckers turned it on us, and now they say 1980.
What was it?
I forgot what year now.
It's like 81, 82, 83, 84?
84, 85, I think.
84, 85, what?
One, right? 84, maybe. So I think they say 1984.
That doesn't fit. It's shoehorning.
Let's just put it this way. Safe to say I will not be rooting for the Rangers in the Stanley Cup. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, we're talking about the Islanders, not the Rangers. We know the Rangers is 94.
No, we had an edge on all Rangers fans. We were able to chant 1940 because that was the last time they won the Stanley Cup. Yeah. And then they fucked up the whole chant by winning in 1994. That's my point here today. So then they used our chant against us and started saying 1984 or whatever it was. 83? 1983.
But it was 80, 81, 82, 83.
It was the last Stanley Cup. That's what you make fun of. We were making fun of the fact they didn't win it since 1940.
But you can't look at it and say, oh, 83. They won fucking 4 years in a row.
And they've been shitty ever since.
It's crazy. Well, yeah.
That was 30 years ago.
We're over 30 years now.
Jesus Christ.
They're a shitty organization. And it pains me to say that, but they are.
Nassau Coliseum.
I didn't go to one game this year.
Young and vibrant.
And they have to play in that shithole one more time, one more year before they finally get to
Then they go to Brooklyn, and then we get to see fucking Roland with an Islanders jersey.
Sure.
High-fiving people in the subway.
But Roland really,
Brooklyn?
He loves the Rangers, so he's definitely high-fiving people in Arizona somewhere.
Is that the, what? Is that the black, or did somebody just make that?
Just mock-ups right now.
Mock-ups?
No official logo.
I don't like the Gortons of Gloucester fishermen
They
guy.
would never go back to the Gortons thing. So someone is fucking around. They would never do that.
That's stupid.
There's no way they would do that. They would have the Islanders.
Looks like Marky Mark in The Perfect Storm.
Yeah.
Want to fucking put that on the jersey? Stupid.
And we're going to learn something today.
Thank Christ.
I'm telling you we are. Terry in Jersey. Terry?
Yo, guys, how you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
How long?
How you doing?
How long?
You guys missed it. I thought you catch it. Charlie Daniels made the end of the song politically correct.
What do you mean?
The end of that song was supposed to be, I told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best I've ever been. And they changed it to son of a gun.
What? No
How
way.
dare they?
No
Why would they
fucking
do that?
way.
Talk over it.
No way.
All us old timers know it's you son of a bitch.
Right.
And they actually did son of a gun?
You picked up on that. Hello?
Well.
I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best I've ever been. He played.
I done told you once, you motherfucker. I remember that version.
Right.
That was a great version.
They only play that one in Alabama.
Yeah.
But they did.
He calls him an N-bomb.
I told you once. At the time.
Right.
And my gal. And I think he had a gal.
A gal pal?
I think we were double dating on that one.
Oh, I'd like to meet her, Rupert.
Yeah. And then I think he did like 2 songs.
Mark Goodman, he's in the hallway.
What's he doing there?
He's pushing a button for something that we're not on. Thank you very much. Thanks for opening us up to new audience members.
Let's say hi to Damien in Connecticut.
Ooh, that's a scary name.
Yes, it is.
Hey, end of What's the Frequency, Kenneth by R.E.M. He says, "Don't fuck with me" in the last, 3 or 4 seconds of the song.
Oh, this one we can go right to the end to get our curse.
Yeah, but nobody's ever caught it, ever. Every time I hear it on the radio, which is, almost never, they never catch it.
Remember when Mike Wallace got punched by that guy?
No, it was Dan Rather.
What?
That's the same guy.
Oh.
It was Dan Rather?
Yeah.
I thought it was Mike Wallace.
I think that's what the song's about.
Dan Rather said, "What's the frequency, Kenneth?"
Right.
Or somebody said, "What's the frequency, Kenneth?" and then punched Dan Rather in the face.
Yeah. People say.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be, "Don't fuck with me."
But you said the frequency.
Don't fuck with me.
Yeah, you're a liar.
It says he didn't say don't fuck with me.
Damien's
say
a
don't
liar.
fuck with me.
You're a liar.
He didn't say that.
Oh, yeah, eat my ass.
Wow. Damien.
Wow. What the fuck?
Jeez.
I think some sexuality just came out there.
Eat my ass.
What's that about?
That really is a good insult, man.
Wow.
I love it.
We're
Eat my ass.
having a little disagreement and it gets down to ass eating. That would be a strange way to go about life.
Damien, the devil's spawn, I tell you.
Jesus. Imagine if you had to eat someone's ass if you were in an argument and it got bad. That would just ruin your day.
That's deeply apologizing.
You would never want to argue again.
No, I'm not going to take that chance. I'm not 100% sure I'm right.
And an
on
argument
this one.
gets down to eat my ass.
And it's like, oh, fuck, I got to eat
There's
ass.
a curse in Hey Jude.
Oh, come on.
This is a good phone topic, Sam.
It is a really good phone topic.
Let's start thinking about a phone topic for next
Live and
Friday.
learn. Live and learn.
Larry in Jacksonville, Florida.
Larry.
Hey guys, yeah, 2:57 in. Somebody says "fucking hell," and it's they made a mistake on the piano. They say it's Paul McCartney who does it. So
Potty Mouth McCartney.
Is it in the actual the regular album version or some weird remix thing?
nope, you can hear regular version.
What?
Buried low. Lennon wanted it in apparently.
Oh, let's hear this. Where are we at? 257?
2:57.
All right, let's go back to 250, Sam. Just to get so we can get a little comfortable.
So we can ramp
before
into
happens.
it.
All right, stay on the phone.
Remember to let her under your skin.
I heard it.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I didn't hear it.
You gotta listen real clearly.
Yeah, but my ears are really bad.
Oh, gosh.
For this type of
All right,
thing.
let's hear
All
it.
right, I'm going to concentrate.
Okay, I'm putting it to 240.
Don't talk, because I'm pressing the headphones so hard into my ears that hurt.
Okay, here we go. Sorry.
Go.
Make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her under your skin. When you begin.
Did you hear it?
No,
It's right when they're singing Begin.
I heard.
That's what I hear, too.
He said
I hear
it's-
some mumble thing.
He goes right after he goes, oh, in the background they go, oh, and then he keeps singing, and then in the background he goes, fucking hell.
Oh, I didn't hear fucking hell.
After he goes, oh,
What was
then
his
there's like a
problem
beat,
that
and
day?
then he goes, fucking hell.
Oh, let's hear it again.
Oh, fucking
One more
hell.
time.
One more time.
Fucking hell.
So where am I listening? What part?
Begin. Where he
After-
goes,
all right, do you hear when he goes, oh, in the background?
I heard
They
that.
do a lot of the O's, though.
In this,
There's one distinct
We're
one.
known for O.
but in the thing that I just played, he did it once.
Oh, he did?
Yes,
Fucking
one time.
hell.
Right
Okay.
after he goes, oh, there's a beat, and then you can hear him quietly in the background say,
You get
"Don't go so
frustrated.
far back,
Do you get
goddammit."
frustrated when I don't cooperate properly?
I don't
What'd he
understand why.
say?
I don't know why.
I know that's.
There's no reason.
All right, let's try this again.
Okay.
And make it better. Remember to let her under your skin.
Oh, I hear the O. Right. So what do I do after I hear the O?
Oh, shut your mouth. This is what you do.
But you
after-
told me to hear the O. I heard the O.
I heard the
after
O.
So what happens after the O?
He says fucking hell.
And what do I have to wait for that part?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's obvious.
How much longer after O?
Seconds.
Just a beat.
Like
Like
1
a beat?
second.
Okay, I'll be quiet this time. I'm sorry.
All right, here we go.
That's cool.
And make it better. Remember to let her under your skin. When you begin.
Did you hear it?
I hear so. I swear to
I
you,
hear something.
I hear something.
I hear
like a.
It could
This
be
is what I
any
really
word.
hear.
I didn't hear fucking hell.
It's there.
Well, that's what he said.
I can hear it.
No, I actually believe you, Larry. I just can't really hear it. I know, it's so bad.
Tell Sam to look for
my ears are shot.
One of those vocal-only tracks. Maybe it's louder.
You can tell me yourself?
Yeah, if you find that, please let us know.
I will.
He didn't want to
Sorry,
talk to
guys.
you. He wants a go-between.
That?
He wants a mouthpiece. See? Christ on a pony.
It was there.
I heard hell that time.
There was a fucking before it.
A fucking hell?
Fucking.
Listen.
I hear bloody. I hear something. That's the best I can give you.
Hell. Hell.
I
didn't hear fucking. Though.
I hear hell. And there's not that many things before ucking.
But what was the problem?
Isn't it amazing how like your interest in something just starts going down hill?
Yeah. It's like, wait, who cares if you said
like
fucking
who cares?
hell?
Like there have been like things I've searched for online, and you put stuff in the search, and you're like, and then you reach a point where it's like, I don't even really care about this anymore. And then you just move on.
Right. Let's say hi to Sean in Pittsburgh.
That's how I'm feeling about fucking hell.
But you're still in as far as the phone topic goes, right?
I love the phone topic.
Curses and songs.
Curses and songs. We're taking your calls.
Well, that's right, we are.
It's bad.
Phone topic Friday.
Sean?
Hey, on Highway to Hell,
They say hell. H-E double hockey sticks.
They say the N-word, and he says, Bon Scott says, living easy, living free, sees a nigger on a one-way ride.
I've heard Highway to Hell probably, let's not exaggerate, probably, though, 20,000 times.
It's season ticket.
Season ticket.
It's season ticket on a one-way ride.
That's what it says on the music sheet, but go ahead and listen.
All right, let's listen.
Oh, come on.
How far into the song we got?
Very beginning.
What makes more sense? Season ticket on a one-way ride?
E-Rock's got this one.
It's E-Rock's got it?
Yeah.
That really, I hear it. That couldn't have been clearer.
No, it's not.
I hear it. I swear. Dude, that could not have been clearer.
What
sees a...
No.
What he said, sees a nigger on a one-way ride.
No,
that's what he said.
Play it again.
That's what he said.
Play it again.
Why haven't we ever noticed this before?
How did we never notice that? He's absolutely dropping an N-bomb.
It's season ticket.
No, it isn't.
Let me hear it again.
Season ticket. Maybe it's season ticker.
No! He is so saying it.
Wow.
How did we miss that?
All the times I've heard this song, I've never heard that before.
Wow.
One more time.
Heard his ticket that time.
I really did too.
And I almost heard a ticker. It's like it doesn't. No,
but it's blending together. He's saying season ticker on a.
No, he's not.
What's the lyrics after that? Is there a tree in there?
Oh, I don't know.
Is there?
What?
After that, how does that lyric end?
Okay, this one is just crediting. Ask another, leave me be. Taking everything in my stride. Don't need reason, don't need rhyme, ain't nothing I would rather do.
No, okay.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
They're saying the N-word.
It's just be like, I'm on my way to hell. Hey!
One more time. I want to hear the context of the beginning. It's plain as day. I would stake an ass eating on it.
Oh, really?
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
Sean, thank you for that. For real.
Crazy.
That one I hear clear as day.
There's no debate.
You didn't hear the fucking hell in Hey Jude.
No.
But
I heard something in there. I heard hell, I think.
That's craziness.
Wow.
But this one, there's no denying.
What do you think, E-Rock?
I think we've been misled all these years.
Yeah.
That is pretty obvious to me.
He's dropping it right
Hear
there.
One more time?
Yes, please.
Of course we do.
This bit's going Let's go.
Rap songs. It's not as clear in certain rap songs.
Right.
Ticket what?
Yeah.
Ticket who?
Let's go to George in Brooklyn. He's got a really good one as we do, curses in songs today.
Yes.
Good phone topic.
Great phone topic.
Yes.
My ticket, my ticket. It's my motherfucking ticket.
Check your Twitter, by the way. Everyone's hearing the N-word. Everyone.
Of course.
I mean, everyone.
That's a huge surprise.
Yes. Go ahead. Where are we? Yeah, George, Brooklyn.
Hey, guys, what's up? How about CeeLo Green, Forget You? There's a little alternate version that's kind of funny. And Amp, I think you're going to like the video if you haven't seen it already, the 10-year-old. Check it out, guys. Punch it out.
It's like it's like there are days the listeners think we just came out of some kind of coma.
Yeah.
They gotta update us on things.
Oh.
The original lyric is "fuck you," but to get it on radio, he changed it to "forget you."
By the way, I know this song with the "fuck you" because I sang this at karaoke last night, right on Broadway.
Hey.
Whoa. Yeah, I sang on Broadway last night.
What part?
The karaoke place right next door to the strip club.
All right, it's Broadway.
It's Broadway.
You've made it to Broadway.
I was tearing up fucking Broadway with my vocal prowess. Yeah.
You could hear a squeaky chair right before the drums in "Won't Get Fooled Again."
Really?
Mm-hmm. Keith Moon.
Right before the...
Where he comes in. That's a long instrumental.
Yeah.
That one I knew when I was in college radio. We thought that was a big deal.
Yeah.
And I think you could hear the air conditioner in that song, too. And then you hear Keith Moon, because he's got to go pound away.
Yeah.
You hear him move his chair up, and you hear a squeak.
He's ready to go.
Right.
He's ready to rock.
And they didn't take that out. I guess it was hard to take shit out like that.
I found that.
Yeah.
That is weird.
What do you mean?
You hear the squeaking chair in the...
You heard it, right?
Yeah.
No one knows this.
Squeaking chair.
Why should you care? I understand, but...
Yeah.
Here, play it.
Okay.
It gets really low, and then it's time for him to pound.
This is off topic, though.
This isn't a curse. This is a squeak.
Listen for the squeak. As Keith Moon moves his chair up.
I think you talked over it. Hold on. Here it is.
No, it's right before he hits the drums.
Yeah. Hold on.
Because he's moving forward to go at it.
C-Rock.
This is where the cursing thing worked better.
True.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it at all.
It was dead silence in the background.
Did they remaster that one?
I don't know, but you can easily...
We separated it. We used to separate the tracks, too, so you could really hear it.
You could blame E-Rock on that one.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it at all.
Pete Townsend says kike in Rough Boys.
Does he really?
No.
Oh. Yes, Sal.
Oh, stupid Sal. Sal.
There was a curse in Don't Mess with the Zohan.
Yeah,
Sal would like to point out to everybody.
You guys were talking about Roxanne before, like quirky things in songs.
Or that.
Yeah.
When did it become quirky instead of curses?
Well, you're talking about the chair squeak, right?
Yeah.
If you listen to the beginning of Roxanne, there's that like awkward thing in the beginning, and it's like that laugh. It was Sting. Supposedly, he was like really drunk, and he sat down on the piano.
Oh.
Yeah. It's something you always hear, and you're like, what the fuck is that? But it kind of works with the key of the song, actually.
What does this have to do with the squeaky chair?
The non-existent squeaky chair?
Non-existent.
And Won't Get Fooled Again.
E-Rock heard it.
There's something right there.
Oh, shit.
There were other
E-Rock.
instruments.
Look it up online, because now I look like a fool.
Here, let me try it again.
Yeah, let's try it again.
Oh, there
Right
we go.
there. You didn't hear that?
Holy shit. I
That was a
barely
guitar.
tell that you were playing something.
Yeah, usually you let
Give us a little lead up.
You let people settle in a little
Jesus
bit
Christ,
and
E-Rock.
relax their ears.
What?
He goes, did he hear
hear
that?
it?
What?
Back now. Did you hear it? I could hear that sound in one note.
Right. Try it again. Give us a little time to settle in. Just a little. A couple seconds.
Yeah. I heard nothing.
I used to hear this clear as day, so I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they cleaned the song up finally.
I want to know what
E-Rock's
E-Rock's
obsessed with
hearing.
it.
Yeah, what is E-Rock
I don't
hearing?
hear it.
I
He's
hear
hearing
it
his
right
own
before
chair
the sound
squeaking.
kicks in.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Under the, yeah. Well,
We got a big one. We
What?
got a big one coming in as we take curses and songs.
Is it Roxanne?
Not obscure songs that no one heard on the radio.
Yeah.
This is like where they're getting away with a little something.
yeah.
All right, go ahead, Austin in Houston. Oh, I know you.
Austin,
you call from
Houston.
time to time. Yes.
It's confusing.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Yeah, my whole life, every time I've heard like an oldies radio on any radio station, they never seem to take out "Who the fuck are you" from the end of "Who are you."
That's why Phone Topic Friday is wonderful.
It really is as if we are doing this show for nobody.
You keep taking calls until you can figure out how to get right back to the beginning.
Right back to it.
There's just
who the fuck are you?
We're not talking about the ones we all know already.
Wow.
Are we going to go with a curse or a weird noise? Let's go weird noise.
I don't know.
Oh, this guy says that the first lyric, the first verse explains the whole N-word in Highway to Hell. Kevin in Louisiana.
Really?
Hey, this is Kevin. Hey, if you listen to the first verse, listen to the words he's saying, and Anthony, you probably would appreciate it more.
Oh.
He kind of explains what he's getting into.
All right, why don't you read the lyrics to Highway to Hell up to the N-word?
Okay, living easy, loving free, season ticket, or
yeah, we know
season N-word.
Oh boy,
C's N. Right.
On a one-way ride.
Right.
Asking nothing.
Right.
Leave me be. Taking everything in my stride. Don't need reason. Don't need rhyme. Ain't nothing that I'd rather do. Going down. Party time. My friends are going to be there too.
Yep.
I'm on the highway to hell.
That makes no sense as far as any kind of racial undertones.
Me and this black guy are going to hell. We're going to party.
Right.
Kevin, what are you getting at?
I'm talking about the first few words. Maybe I heard the first few words wrong.
Yeah, maybe you did.
Could be wrong. My bad.
All right,
the original song title?
Yeah.
MLK Boulevard to Hell.
Oh, wow.
That makes sense.
Now it makes perfect sense. Yes, yes.
We're going to go to a strange noise now. And I still want to find the squeaky chair, if someone can help me out with that. Let's say hi to Doug in Boston. Doug.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, right before in Aerosmith's Dream On, when he says, I see lines in the mirror, you hear a sniff, like he's doing blow.
Yeah, that would make sense. He would do that.
Yeah, but have you ever heard that before?
No.
Let's hear it.
Is that the first? So the first words of the song are every time I look in a mirror. Is that when it is?
Yes, and he says, I see lines in the mirror.
No, it's lines on my face getting clearer.
Right.
Something like that. Yeah.
Jesus, fuck.
All right, let's hear the snorting, though.
Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clearer. The past is
That's even an inhaling. He's inhaling to sing.
We've all heard that.
But it's just inhaling.
He's inhaling to sing the song.
Steven Tyler used to have an amazing voice. That's a fucking pretty damn good voice right there.
Sexy.
Here's another one coming in. Curses and songs. Let's say hi to Kent in South Carolina.
Not what we're doing.
And Billy Joel also drops the N-bomb. That's coming up next. But first, Kent in South Carolina.
Hey, Alice in Chains, Man in the Box. Whenever they do Bury Me and shit, like I always hear that on the radio. They never edit that out.
Man in the box. Buried in my shit.
Yeah, we know that one.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
That one's pretty obvious. Thank you. Let's go to Terry in Pennsylvania. Terry.
Hey, morning, boys.
Hey, Billy Joel says the N-word, huh?
Yeah, and the song, Anthony's song,
Yeah.
the moving out.
Right.
I don't know how far in it is. I know it's by the polished offender verse where it says, at least you can polish the fender.
Right. How far in is that?
At least he can. Okay, the lyric. Where does he use the
trading in a Chevy for a Cadillac? You ought to know by now.
And if he can't
drive with a broken back, at least he can polish the fender.
And it seems like a waste of time.
That's what it's all about, Mama. If that's moving up, then I.
Moving out.
Moving out.
So where's the N-word?
Very dramatic.
Yeah, it's not there. No N-word there.
No N-word
Not even
anywhere.
kind of.
Are you sure?
Anywhere in that song.
Yeah,
Who knows? We were pretty skeptical about the AC/DC
sure?
one.
Yeah, really.
And boy, that was blatant.
Our phone topic isn't doing so well right now.
Yeah.
Well, he's just
We need
Fender.
another N-bomb.
Why would you say at least he can polish
The Fender.
the
Terry,
N-word?
where is it?
He's gone.
Terry's there, but I think he might be embarrassed.
Liar.
So where's the word?
Yeah, where's the word?
I don't know the exact verse. It's something like nigger can't dance with something, but at least you can polish the fender.
We.
All right, go. All right, go to that part, the Fender part. Yeah, I heard it.
I think he's saying.
I heard it.
And if he can't drive with a broken back, he thinks he says, and Nika can't drive with a broken back.
Right.
But it's not.
That one's not as good as Highway to Hell.
Let's hear it again.
Let's hear Highway to Hell again.
Well, no, let's hear this first.
Okay.
And
then we'll show you how the N-word is properly used in a song. Go ahead. Oh, I hear it.
I heard it. He goes,
all right, now
Nika can't drive with a broken back.
now I hear the
I heard
N-word.
it that time.
All right,
Play it again.
That's undeniable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's saying it.
He's saying it. He's definitely saying it, Sam. He's saying it. Wow, Terry with a big comeback.
Damn.
Terry.
We were so skeptical. Boy, you sure hear what you wanted, don't you?
But Billy Joel is definitely dropping the N-bomb.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Billy Joel's a racist.
Not as good as AC. Can we hear the AC/DC again?
Oh, sure, please.
Yeah, I have it. Here you go.
All right, let me hear.
I mean, that's as clear as Billy Joel, quite
It's
frankly.
really just clear as day, right there. You know what really sucks? That song is now destroyed for me because I will hear it come on, and I will listen just to hear that part.
Sure.
Will you sing along loudly?
Oh, please. I sing that song every day, really, when you think about it.
You want to go Weird Noise and Give Me Shelter?
Give Me Shelter.
Oh, the air conditioner is in a Pink Floyd song, I think.
How do you know? Like, all Pink Floyd is just weird shit and noise.
No, there's one that...
Yeah, right? Maybe they just put it in there. There's the one where there's like a clock ticking in the background. They just left it in the fucking song. They left the cash register in there.
Oh, no, it's
crazy.
It's the Doors.
Ugh.
You're just naming bands.
Riders on the storm. Yeah, it was raining, and then you hear it's like Love Rain or Me. We're back. We're back.
Message.
Full circle, motherfuckers.
But let's play the Pearl Jam version. Love Rain or Me.
Elsa sang a little even flow last night on Broadway.
You did? Yeah. Ross and Nolens, or New Orleans, or New Orleans.
Oh, hi, Ross.
Oh, hi, Ross.
Hey, and Give Me Shelter, I don't know if I'm the only one who hears this or whatever, but when the girls start singing, the high part, and the girls go off, there's a woo in there, and I can only imagine like they're all in the studio and Mick Jagger's like, getting off on this note that she hits, because it's like one of the killer, her voice kind of screeches, and then like right in the break you hear a woo, or maybe it's just me, I might be stupid.
Before that?
Yeah. It's like one of the middle ones.
Can we bow to the Stones for this song, by the way? Holy shit, I love this one.
I love that. This is one of the best cracked vocals in
And then the same guy sings like shit now. And for many years, by the way, but he used to sound like this.
I heard a chair squeak.
You did?
No, I didn't hear a chair squeak. Yeah, now he goes,
That's what I'm saying.
I think we're just enjoying the song now.
Yeah, now we're just listening to music.
No weird.
Well, Lady Gaga says fuck her face and poker face.
Yeah. That was a known one.
There's a weird sound in the beginning of Iron Man. No way.
Is your mind blown right now?
It is fucking blown, man.
Sweetleaf, they left, somebody coughed at the beginning of that.
Really?
And they just left it in. It's crazy.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Mind
blown.
I want to hear Squeaky Chair. It's Squeaky Chair.
We tried. It's not
Did you
there.
Google it?
Breaking news.
Yeah, no, there was nothing.
Want some breaking news?
Yep.
Beavis's shits are tightening up a little bit.
Hammers? Of the hammer variety?
Yeah.
Is he leaving them in the box?
It was looking like a pancake batter for a while.
Oh.
Oof.
Yeah, and not as tasty.
Did he go to Mexico?
Huh? I know, he might have, Yeah, so there you go. Poor little beef.
He's just shitting in the box, though, right?
Well, apparently he was in the box. This is just in from Ange Maresca. He was in the box, right? In the box. But his ass was hanging outside the box, and he shit on the tile.
This is a bad cat.
He is the worst fucking cat.
Wait, Beaver's in my shit. I'm trying to do something.
Beaver takes a shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
No.
Beef won't go in the box.
There it is. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
We're going to learn something today.
Wow.
Yes, we are.
That's why Phone Topic Friday. Sam, just watch and learn from the pros.
Taking notes.
Sit back.
Taking notes.
He hung up. I swear to God, he hung up.
Jot that down. It might happen.
Don't big yourself
Sometimes
up. Yeah.
callers hang up.
Did you know in the song "Blinded by the Light" by
No.
Which one?
Don't say.
Is it
What?
the Manfred Mann version or the Bruce Springsteen?
Manfred Mann. We're going to learn something today, but the guy hung up. Did you know they actually say?
No.
What? What's wrong?
Is it a?
What's wrong with you?
What?
Is it the same thing?
Oh, I heard
Douche.
It's not.
that. Wrapped up like a douche.
That's not.
Oh.
I bet you didn't know that
Listen.
until today.
Of course
They
it's-
say douche in this
Yeah.
song.
That may be the most noticed
Blinded
lyric
by
of
the
any song.
light. The post show's host a douche. That's, yeah.
The worst shoehorning ever.
That was really shoehorned.
Horrible.
Remember Elvis Costello?
Oh, he was the guy that was with Abbott.
I hated Elvis Costello.
What's... Oh, Allison, I know this world is killing you. Oh, Allison. Allison. Ooh, Allison. My aim is true. I love cloggers.
But we don't have the clip where he talks about the cloggers.
I
That's the
know,
best
I
part.
want that one.
He was fascinated and loved the cloggers. Matt in Connecticut. Matt.
Oof.
Yeah, hey, in Oliver's Army by Elvis Costello, it's clear as day as an N-bomb. It's either the second or third verse.
Come on.
There's no way.
No way they would put that in a song.
Elvis seems to be a bit of a liberal. I don't think he would be
Right.
throwing that around like that.
Well, he is.
You got Oliver's Army?
What to do, detective?
There were two guys I hated. Elvis Costello and Joe Jackson.
I always got them confused. I don't know. I kind of like
No,
this.
it's in this one.
What?
Is it coming up? Buggery.
Okay. It's next verse.
That means we have to listen to Elvis Costello, you son of a bitch.
I don't mind this song.
I don't like Elvis Costello.
Okay, hang on.
A little tickling of the ivories.
There was a checkpoint, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
You didn't crack a smile, but it's no laughing party.
Okay.
When you've been on the murder mile, only takes one itch to trigger.
Here we go.
One more widow, one less white nigger.
Why? less white nigger.
But he went
says.
with white to be
Different.
safe.
What he's doing is he's making a statement.
He's making a statement, all right.
Like what if the white people are the N-words?
Opie, would you consider that the appropriate way to put the N-word in a song?
No.
What would be, like, the appropriate way to put the N-word in a song and make it sound natural and very clear?
Well, I've known this my whole life, but AC/DC does a pretty good job.
Really?
Yes.
I'd like to hear that.
You would? Okay. How do you go through your entire life without hearing that once?
I heard that song a million times.
Never heard it that way.
Right there, crystally clear.
Thank you, Matt, for your call. Let's go to Brother Joe, who knows a little bit about music.
Oh.
Joe.
It's good to see I made it through, let's see, cat shit, douches, niggers, and what?
A lot of stuff.
Go on. I'm glad I got through this time. No, I was just actually calling to see if Anthony wanted to introduce the Blue Oyster Cult at the Tropicana this weekend.
Well, I'm going.
You were asked to by the lead singer.
Oh no! You know what? I just want to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, it's not a fan anymore.
Joe, we're doing a phone topic.
Oh,
it's phone topic Friday.
I really just tuned in.
All right,
Joe, did you know Billy Joel dropped the N-bomb in a song?
Yeah.
Never heard it.
I heard that.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. I'll see you this weekend.
I think he says that.
Right.
Basically saying, look, he can't, but he can polish the fenders for me.
Right.
I'll let him do that.
Yeah, that N-word's got a broken back. He's not driving, but he can polish my fender.
That's right. Wow, Billy Joel's really racist.
No wonder Eric's got that edgy Billy Joel t-shirt on today.
Yes. Well, give us a little lead up. Jesus, E-Rock. He loves getting right into it.
He's the king of straight to it.
Right?
He can't drive because he's got a broken back, but I'll let him, polish my fender.
Yeah. Let's hear this again. God, E-Rock, a little before.
You got to give us time for our ears.
I had it isolated.
I so hear it.
Yes.
There's no denying that.
No denying it. Come on.
We got
Let's be real here.
We got a holiday one coming in from our old pal, Cigars and Scotch. What's up, buddy? How you been?
I'm going to ruin everyone's Christmas here. Brenda Lee in Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, before she goes caroling, she has some fucking pie.
No. Fucking pie?
She has some fucking pie?
Come on, I've heard this song.
All right.
I've heard this song.
I mean, from the time you're a kid.
Jesus.
All right, let's hear this.
All right.
Rocking around. Right here? How far in? Right?
Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring.
Sounds so nice.
Yeah.
Later we'll have some pumpkin pie.
No!
It's pumpkin pie.
No, I heard fucking pie.
You didn't hear pie.
Let's hear that again.
Yes.
Now let me hear fucking pie.
She's feeling loose.
Later we'll have some fucking pie.
Man, your ears can really fuck with you.
Oh, I love it.
All right, let's hear this again.
Listen, there's no denying.
I thought pumpkin all these years.
No.
All right, let's go.
Go home where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie.
Some fucking pie.
She's gonna go caroling, but first, a slice of that fucking pie, please.
I want some fucking pie.
All right, we're going back to Highway to Hell. Thank you, Cigars.
That's funny.
Good hearing from you, buddy. Jay in New York, what's up?
Jay.
Hey guys, how's it going? I got a little bit better explanation that might put everything into perspective with that.
Highway to Hell?
Yeah, Highway to Hell. If you read the lyrics, and instead of thinking of it as being a guy, it's a black female prostitute that ends up going down on him. But she's already on her fucking downward, drug binge thing. So if you have to listen.
So she's on a highway to hell.
Some people say instead of saying sees a, he's saying
she's a.
Let's give it a listen.
That's right.
Oh man, she's a. Oh,
wow.
Now it makes
All
sense.
right, let's go back to Highway to Hell. Wow.
I get it.
Read the lyrics out just line by line instead of having him fucking mumble mouth to it, and you'll hear it perfectly, exactly what he meant.
She's not asking for anything. She's just down for whatever. She's just she's going to hell with him. They're going to party, and she's going to blow it.
The nigga wants a fucking pie.
Is she going to be with the other end that's polishing Billy Joel's bumper? Or
Right.
where are we at here?
This is craziness.
And afterwards, they're all going to get together and have some fucking
fucking pie by the Christmas tree.
I have the Highway to Hell album. Hold on. This guy says he has the Highway to Hell album. I bought. All right, hold on. Thank you, sir. Let's go to Rich in Michigan. Rich.
Hi.
Hey.
Back in the early 1970s, I bought AC/DC's album Highway to Hell.
Congrats.
And I still have it. And that version has the music lyrics in it, and the word nigger is right in there in the lyrics.
Does it say?
Get outta
Does
here.
it say she's a before that?
She's a nigger on a one-way ride.
Find.
Could you tweet that?
Find a copy of that on Google Images. Sam Roberts.
Or does this guy tweet it? What's your Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter.
I think everyone should be on Twitter if you like this show, because we're constantly, continuing the show after we're off the air.
What is
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit older, so I never got on it.
It's all good.
I'm almost 60, so.
Oh, let's see. Do you see it?
Yeah, all these.
Well, someone else would have it out there if this guy has it.
They're
What?
handwritten lyrics,
right,
by Bond,
right,
and that's a season ticket. So obviously it's a forgery.
That could just be like,
or they had to cover their ass.
Yeah,
come out with throw some coffee stains on it. Well, whatever. Just make it look older.
Well, when the colored people started getting, bothered by that word, I think.
Yep.
They're bothered by
I think
other-
they had to
Yeah.
fucking
I think they had
run
to-
for it.
The coloreds, they don't like that word.
There's lots of things they don't like.
You need the original album lyric sheet.
Yeah.
Original
We're gonna find
album
it.
lyric sheet.
I believe this guy has no reason to lie.
Why would he?
I've known him for, let's see, 1 minute and 39 seconds. He seems like he's not a liar.
Seems trustworthy.
Thank you, Rich. We got to move on. Breaking news. The Beatles used the word tit in one of their songs.
Come on.
No.
Ain't good.
And
That
you were
never-
mocking our phone topic.
never
How
happened.
dare you?
I was out of line.
Larry in Jacksonville.
Larry!
Hey guys, I got another Beatles one. Yeah, in the song "Girl" on Rubber Soul, the Lennon song.
Oh, girl. Dun, dun.
Yeah.
About a minute in, they sing, and McCartney's admitted to this publicly. They put the word in the background. They go tit 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 tit. You can hear it really clear this time. So.
Do you know what part it's at?
About a minute in. So let's,
She's the one.
Oh, no. Get ready. I'm sorry. As soon as Eric hits that button, all you're going to hear is tit 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 tit.
Or nothing. And I'll go, you
quick.
didn't hear that?
Quick.
Go ahead.
She's the kind of girl who puts you down when friends are there. You feel a fool.
It could be. It's just.
Well, but I hear tit tit tit.
Now I'm
tit,
just
now.
hearing a bunch
Yeah.
of tits.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not buying that.
Oh, Billy Joel's talking about running over a black guy in that song.
Oh my God!
According to James.
And that's how he polishes the fence. Wow, that sounds like something a grease man would say.
Oh, I thought he was at least giving the guy a job, but
Right.
he's polishing the fender because he just ran him over.
That's Billy Joel.
Should we give it a listen in that context?
Hold on, let's talk to James. James.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Yeah, he's talking about
Oh God, listen to this.
Cadillac. Nigger can't drive with a broken back, but at least he can polish fender. That's because he's sliding off the frickin' hood.
Ah, he can't drive because he just got run over, and that's why he's got the broken back.
Billy Joel hit him with his car.
Billy Joel ran him over, probably drunk.
Yeah, Billy Joel's been known to hit a few things.
Right.
Exactly.
while driving.
Yeah.
You know, he's turning a negative into a positive. You know, he
Yeah.
might have broke the poor fellow's back. But
At least he
he's-
can polish his fender.
He polished his fender.
Hey, while you're stuck there, why don't you polish the fender?
Oh, my God.
Let's listen.
Yeah, let's hear
Oh,
it. Now,
Billy.
Billy actually ran over this gentleman.
Terrible.
He was at Mr. Cacciatore's down on Sullivan Street.
Okay.
Across from the medical center. Then he's trading in his Chevy for a Cadillac. You wanna know by now. And if he can't drive with a broken back, at least he can polish the fender.
Oh, yeah. But he says. Wow.
Wow.
Damn.
There you go.
That motherfucker over.
And that guy probably would think it was a waste of time to polish the fenders. He's like, I
Yeah.
just had my back broken by
Terrible, because Billy Joel ran me over.
Why would I polish your fender? It's a waste of time.
Man.
Got to go to the medical center you were just talking about.
Across from the medical center.
He's like, no.
We gotta
boy,
go.
polish those fenders.
We got a guy calling from Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
And
sounds far.
Let's talk about hearing porch monkeys in a song.
No. Come on. Did it have to go here?
Mike.
Yes.
Hey.
The original version of Garth Brooks' Friends in Low Places. Towards the end, when everybody comes in, they're all singing, there's clear as day a guy who yells porch monkey.
No way, not Garth.
I will up in boot. Get your glass of champagne.
Mm-hmm.
Last one to know. Last one to show.
Let's go. Remember when this guy was huge?
He was giant.
And then he
crossover artist.
Then he completely goes away.
Garth Brooks.
Wow. Young Gary Shandling introing Garth.
It's not going to help me. Here.
Well, I got friends in low places where the
this day.
whiskey ground and the beer chases my blues away.
Garth refused. I'll be
okay.
Garth won't put his music.
I got.
He won't put his music on iTunes or Spotify.
No, that's just a fad.
What a weirdo. What happened to him?
It's a good song, though.
Oh, we don't have to hear the whole thing. It's near the end.
Please.
All right.
I think I heard it.
This is a different version.
I heard it. I think this is it. No, put it where you had it. Yeah. Not yet. I think it's this one now when it goes. Watch right on this little break. Right here. I don't hear anything.
Oh my God! What a waste of time. You know how hard it is to concentrate
It's
that hard?
terrible.
Why would Garth be like, okay, in this part, you yell porch monkey at me?
It's Garth never said that.
He would never
All
say
No
right.
one
that.
in the song says it.
Let's say hi to Stephen Bloomfield. Steve.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Bloomfield.
AC/DC again. Who made who? They say Niggertown.
No, they don't. Jesus Christ.
Why would they say that?
Why would they say that? Now, I've heard this song plenty of times.
What part?
Very close to the end, about 2:20 in.
2:20 in. This guy's giving us a timestamp.
Okay, I have a different lyric.
This
but
was,
I'll let you guys, because last time I was wrong, obviously.
All right, we're gonna maybe hear.
This was part of the Maximum Overdrive soundtrack.
By the way,
Stephen King's terrible movie.
By the way, I choose not to say the word. I say N.
Good for you.
N-word.
I wish AC/DC and Billy Joel would make that choice.
Let's go.
I choose not to say
Oh
it.
wait, E-Rock has found it.
I found it. He might be right.
He might be right.
What? There's no way.
All right.
There's no fucking way.
Let's listen to E-Rock. Go ahead.
There we go.
Yes.
Yes. again. Play it again. Steve, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my God, this is the most racist band I've ever heard. They just can't write one song without that word in it.
Do you want to know what the credited lyric is?
Yes.
Running out of chips, you got no line in an 8-bit town.
Oh, sure it is.
Now,
Sure
let's
it
listen
is.
to it again. You tell me what you hear.
It's not even close to it.
What are you hearing?
Oh, he's dropping bombs.
He's dropping bombs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You guys want to hear a toilet flush in Penny Lane?
Come on. There's no toilet flushing in Penny Lane.
Cody at San Antonio.
Yeah, hey, I was just curious if you guys had heard that. At the end of the song, around 2 minutes and 30 seconds, that's what I've always heard as a kid, but I swear it sounds like a
Where? How long in?
Right after he says, and meanwhile back, and then it's just whoosh, and it's a toilet flushing. I swear it is. 2 minutes and 30-something seconds in.
All right, let's listen to this.
Meanwhile. So that's not it.
That's what it sounds like.
It's not a toilet?
You don't think one of the producers just left the bathroom open and flushed?
It's a big wall of sound.
I think it might be an accidental toilet flush.
You think?
I think so.
Ringo was fucking squirting one out while somebody was overdubbing his drum tracks.
He was coming out of the bathroom going, get off the drums, Paul.
After dropping some hammers?
My job.
He was mad. He knew if he didn't flush and run out of there, someone would replace him on the drums. So he had the door open. He shuts fucking flushes.
He always shits with the door open.
With the door open to keep an eye on his drums.
Every time.
To make sure Paul McCartney's not redoing his track.
Exactly.
Allegedly.
Paul is back on that drum school.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Let's say hi.
Stop, get off me drums. I'll start shitting with the door open.
But he can't stop shitting.
No, I've got to take another dump. Don't redo me drum tracks while I'm trying to take a dump.
We're going to come back strong here because there's a rattle break in Sweet Emotion. Steve in Pennsylvania. Steve.
Hey, what's up, guys? There was an interview with Steven Tyler, and he said right at the beginning, you hear the rattle going. I think the fourth or fifth time, it just cuts off real short. He says because it broke, but they kept it in.
Uh-huh. They should have had a didgeridoo at the beginning of this song. Right. I think a didgeridoo would have fit very well.
There's a nigger on a didgeridoo.
He's just describing what he's
that doesn't matter. Fucking AC/DC.
Racist AC/DC, man.
AC/DC is terribly racist. Where?
Before it gets into the lyrics.
What? Where are we with the broken rattle?
If the rattle just stops. What if they just didn't want to use the rattle anymore?
It's in there. It's like the fourth or fifth time. It's before it gets to any of the lyrics.
Oh, that's it. Oh, shut up.
Yeah, that's...
I have no idea.
No, we don't know that one.
That's supposedly the sound of a rattle breaking.
No, it's the rattle that they use.
Yeah, got it.
Remember that? Remember what I was saying earlier about losing interest completely in something?
You don't want us to explore the rattle?
I could give a shit
about the rattle.
AC/DC's dropping N-bombs, and we care about Aerosmith's broken fucking rattle?
I guess there's a lot going on in Highway to Hell. There's a lot of misleading lyrics. Someone said they were going to send me a link, but I don't see it. That's what. Link to Highway to Hell for multiple incorrect wording for lyrics, but I don't have the link, so.
clearer every time with each playing.
If that's what it's all about, Mama, if that's moving up, then up. You wanna know by now, and if you can't drive with a broken
Polish that fucking fender.
You guys?
Right.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Billy Joel says Nikki, and not the N-word. And we got Nikki on the phone right now.
What?
Who swears this song is about him or her. Yes. Let's say hi to Nick in Brooklyn.
Dummy.
Nick.
Yeah, I can know it. Next song's about me, motherfucker. Nikki.
Right? He made that clear.
I stand corrected.
It's Anthony's song, dummy.
Nikki. Nikki can't drive. Uh-huh. With a broken back. Yeah, it's a cough at the beginning of that Pink Floyd song you were talking about. Yeah, I know the cough.
What does Brenda Lee want, though?
Oh, I'll tell you what Brenda Lee wants.
What does she want?
Let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some fucking pie.
Some fucking pie.
We are children. We really are children.
She's going to have some fucking pie.
Some fucking pie. Let's go to Kim in Cincinnati. Kim.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi there.
I just thought I'd satisfy your curiosity. It's not as funny as the N-word, but it's a cough at the beginning of Wish You Were Here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is it a real one?
I think so. I think that was one of those. I
think it's the drummer, but
I still want the squeaky chair from the Who. We still got to solve that, and then this will be a complete phone topic today. Yeah, cough supposedly, or is he like plugging in his amp or something? What is this? Go ahead. I wish you were here. This is the whole album.
They sure liked wacky sounds.
This is the whole album. It's not Wish You Were Here, the song.
Holy shit.
I think that's the start of what?
I wasn't going to click the remaster.
Shine on You Crazy Diamond or something?
That's a great song.
Yeah.
I think I heard that.
Now would you, Derek, this star nonsense? Now what is it?
I'm sure of it.
Whoa.
It's Bob Kelly cough.
Ugh. How long? This shit's great when you're on the weed. But, here he goes. Here he goes. No, he doesn't. He goes around again. Goes around again.
Yeah, but we got people that are mad that we didn't hear Porch Monkeys. So there's more people saying it's in the song.
Come on!
Mark in Maine said we had the wrong version or something.
Wrong version.
Go ahead, Mark.
You guys didn't even get the right version of Garth Brooks. It's hard to find him on YouTube. I think he's got it all blocked because of the copyright.
He's all over YouTube.
That was some fucking cover. There's all kinds of Garth Brooks covers.
That was him.
No, bullshit. I used to listen to that song so much when I was a kid, I wore it off the fucking tape.
It was definitely...
But it was him, but it was a
Garth
live
Brooks.
version.
No, it wasn't live either.
Oh,
no,
wasn't?
there's a double live version.
The song that we heard was Friends in Low Places. I think it was the version that he put out on the Best Of album.
There's an extended version where he sings another...
That wasn't fucking Garth Brooks, though. You could tell by his voice. If you look up the original version, it sounds like it says Porch Monkey in the end, but I think the guy says once more. But you can hear it on the end of the original version.
All right.
The original version.
Right. All right.
And it might be the extended lyrics version with the
No, I don't care again.
All right. Let's go on to John in Jersey. John.
Hey, Jan.
John in Jersey.
No, my name's Jahan.
Supposedly, Sheryl Crow says NT, and every day is a winding road. John, are you there?
Every day is a winding road.
No John. All right.
Wait, what did she say?
Holy shit. You know that song, We Built This City, by Starship?
Yeah.
Breaking news. Dave in Milwaukee. Dave?
Yeah, if you listen real closely, I think they say something else.
It's my dick's all shitty.
No way.
They actually say my dick's all shitty, and we built this city?
It's right up front, but I
What? Do we have that? Do we have that anywhere, or?
Oh, wow, I hear it now. My dick's all shitty from your ass.
This guy is screaming to get this. He's so passionate.
I
Wow, this song is
I love
never...
the horrible MIDI karaoke.
Can't believe they got away with this on the radio.
Yeah, this will be in your head all day. Enjoy it.
It looks just like a black man's, but not quite as thick.
It's harmonized. Right. It's his impassioned yelling that I love. Yep. There we go.
My dick's all shitty from your asshole. Dick's all shitty.
It's not really even lined up with it. No. It's great.
All right, we got to go back to Highway to Hell. Ryan wants to add to Highway to Hell. Ryan in Philadelphia. Yes, sir.
Yeah, my buddy, he thinks that...
buddy, wherever I go, he goes, my buddy.
My fucking buddy.
My fucking buddy. I teach him all the things that I know. My buddy and me like to climb up a tree. My buddy and me, we're the best friends could be. My buddy.
What the hell's that from?
My buddy.
I don't know that.
My buddy and me.
I don't know it.
Kid fucking sister. It's child of the 80s stuff.
All right, go ahead there, Ryan.
He thinks in Highway to Hell it says, cheesy nigger with a runway light.
That could be. We should take a listen.
That makes no sense.
Well, let's hear that. Why hasn't anyone told us about this?
I think he's wrong about that. I definitely hear the N-bomb.
I hear she's a...
But there's no runway light.
No, let's go to Jim in Westchester. There's another song with the N-word in it.
Oh.
Yes, Jim.
Pearl Jam, Yellow Ledbetter. Second line of the song says, on the porch, a nigger sat.
Wow, I've heard that song a million times, too.
Yellow Ledbetter, the first line.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, I see what the lyric
All right,
What's the lyric?
Let's just listen to it first. Don't let it.
Don't spoil it. Spurl it.
Don't let your mind play tricks on you.
Don't spurl it. You got it?
Yeah, here you go.
First fucking line, huh?
It's too bad because I like this song. I'd like to hear a little bit of it.
Niggas sad.
Nice hearing it.
It's nice.
What are we going to sing about today?
It's horrible. It gets so racist.
He's saying that's it.
Come on. What? Did we pass it, Jim?
No, wait, with the part that sounds like...
Jim, did we pass it already?
Yeah, on the porch, a nigger sat.
All right, come on.
Okay.
All right, let's
Listen again. Listen again.
It's undeniable.
People have subliminal racism. Like
Yeah.
I hear it. I do. I actually hear it. He couldn't tell. He was a little scared. He couldn't totally commit.
Yeah.
Because then he was like, "Oh boy, this could get me in trouble." So let me just.
But I got to express this.
Let's hear it again.
That's what he said.
Okay. When you hear it once, you hear it a lot.
Yeah. No, it's
all
definitely.
right. It's definitely there.
It's undeniable.
Undeniable.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to commit though. That's the key here.
It's true.
What?
He knows it's bad because he doesn't want to commit to it. But the art there, he needs to express.
That's terrible.
Who is sitting on that porch right now?
That's terrible.
I can't believe that.
But he's definitely down with it. He's doing the NIGGA.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, let's hear it one more time.
Okay, you're right.
I'm surprised by Eddie Vedder. There's it. There's it.
Yeah.
The set is very,
The question is, the caller says he's using the A, but Opie, you think he's using the ER.
Oh, he's going all ER.
And that's a huge difference.
But he doesn't commit. He's a little scared.
Eddie Vedder would never do the ER. He's a man of the people. He's a NIGGA.
Right.
He's down.
All right, thanks, guys.
They suck dick in Beast of Burden. Let's go to Bill in South Carolina. Bill.
It's Joe.
Sorry, Joe. What's up, Joe?
That's all right. Yeah, in Beast of Burden, and the lyrics it says, Mick says, I'm going to suck it up, but it's clear as day. He says, I'm going to suck it dick.
Mick Jagger wants to suck the dick.
That's crazy.
I've heard the rumors over the years with what? David Bowie, was it?
Yeah, David Bowie had to have his stomach pumped. He had so much jizz in it.
Right.
Exactly.
Apparently,
true, right?
Like 5 other artists did too.
We could listen to all of Beast of Burden. That's fine, because that's a great song. But what part of the song is it in?
It's in the second half.
All right, go second half.
Yeah, it's their second half.
You see where it's at?
Yeah.
You see the actual lyric?
No, of course not.
Of course not.
Mick sucking dick?
Okay.
We're going to be listening to the Rolling Stones and the Police today after this radio show. Fuck.
Okay, I see it. Coming up. Hang on.
That's what he said. A suck a dick. That's what he said.
But it has sickness before that. What does the lyric say?
It's saying all your sickness. The lyric or what?
Yeah, the lyric. And
the
then
lyric says all your sickness, I can suck it up, which makes sense.
Oh, you signal! I'm suck a dick.
Right, but he's saying all your sickness. I can suck a dick.
He's basically saying, hey, man, I'm no homophobe. I'll suck a dick. Right?
So let's listen again.
He's like, fuck you.
It's embarrassing when you're 12 and you sing that song, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me hear that.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that's there.
Oh, you signal! I suck a dick.
That's what he says.
Yeah, it is.
Plain as day.
Mick is sucking dick.
Yeah, he's sucking a dick.
Yeah, he's sucking a dick.
He's sucking a dick.
Yeah, Mick is sucking a dick. Thank you, Joe.
Past that one.
Yep. And we found the squeaky chair, but I'm telling you, there's a squeaky chair. We'll get fooled again. But
This is enough about the squeaky chair.
Rob in Buffalo. A lot of people calling in about the squeaky chair.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the squeaky chair's at the end of A Day in the Life, at the end of the long piano ending.
Right.
Paul McCartney gets out of his chair and walks out of the room.
How do you know? Were you there?
I think you're at the piano.
What do you mean? How do you know he didn't walk to get, some water or something?
It's actually on film.
How do you know Ringo wasn't going to the bathroom and he was getting up to sit in his fucking seat behind the drums?
Now I gotta
go fix Ringo's abortion drum tracks.
He just finished and he's like, now I gotta go fix these fucking drums.
I see you, Paul. Stay off me drum kit. Stay away from me drum kit while I take a dump.
Let's hear the squeaky chair. But this is not the squeaky chair I'm referring to.
I heard something. Is the phone hanging up? I heard it too. That was the phone hanging up. That was. No, I heard it. I heard it.
I heard it.
I heard it.
I heard it.
I heard
the very end there. I heard
because
it.
he's got to keep his feet on the sustain pedals, right? So he can't
It's
get.
actually on film, too. It's on film.
Got it. Really?
All right, listen. Mark in Iowa says the Yellow Lead Better lyric is actually horse cum glitter.
All right, let's take a listen, because that could be it.
Mark.
Yeah, that Yellow Lead Better, that's horse of glitter. And another thing that, I don't even like them assholes, but they don't ever sing, when he sings that song at concert, he says he never really ever sings it the same. He'll throw other words in there.
I bet I know one word that doesn't change.
That's why he changes it up. He's scared shitless.
Oh, yeah.
The times have changed.
Right.
So it's like if I sing it a whole bunch of different ways, no one will notice that I actually said the N-word. Let's hear it again.
The way I sing it.
Let's hear it.
Are we thinking it could be horse cum glitter?
Or horse glitter?
I don't know.
All right, let me hear. Oh my God, he's so saying.
Oh my God.
He's so saying the N-word there. And we didn't want to believe the guy.
I know.
That explains a lot about this being Travis's favorite band.
No horse cum in that song. That's all racist.
That's very racist. Let me say hi to Jason in New York. Jason.
Hey, it's a very...
Did we really do this for over an hour? This is so stupid.
Yeah, we skipped a break.
Jason.
Everybody wants some Van Halen. At the very, very end, if you turn up the fade, you can hear David Lee Roth say, look, I'll pay you for it. What the fuck?
I'll pay you for it. What the fuck?
In reference to prostitution.
I want some too. His dumb talking, singing.
All right, let's take a look.
Oh, yeah, I know this one. Look, I'll pay you for it. What the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck? But they fade the fuck really quickly.
Yeah,
but that's like on purpose.
But that's supposed to be.
Yeah, I kind of remember that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. This
be
guy.
there.
Brad in Kansas. Brad.
The famous standalone fruit song, you can hear a door closing. Out.
You're talking about Fez and his blueberry ring.
Can you hear the door close?
Yes, you can.
And what is that door closing?
That's Ronnie giving up. But for some reason, Ronnie keeps coming back in.
Ronnie, get off the drums.
Did you want to hear to see if you could...
Please.
You could hear the door
Well,
I hear the door close.
All right, just get to the door close.
The blueberry is one that can't work on its own. It has to have something with it, like the kiwi. It's not a standalone fruit.
The door closing is so telling.
It's the best thing ever.
Because Ron left.
Ron just left the studio.
He was basically saying, fuck this.
He left the studio.
He listened to Fez and he's like, yep, Fez got this.
If that was on an airplane, Ronnie still would have left.
He would have
just walked out of an airplane at that point.
We blew off so much shit today.
Holy shit, did we ever. But you know what?
Phone Topic Friday.
Successful phone topic today.
Let's go to, you remember that song?
That's what's important, isn't it?
Yes.
You know the song Magic by Pilot? You know it if you heard it. This guy's got a little something on that. Jordan in Youngstown. Jordan.
Yeah, the song Magic by Pilot is actually My Dick. If you listen a little closely, you can hear My Dick instead of Magic.
My dick.
It's my dick.
It's my dick. He's saying it.
I've heard that song so many times and never picked up that he's saying, it's my dick.
Just listen to some guy singing about his cock.
Right.
Keep going. Let's hear how many times he says my dick.
Right. You know he called up with this because he used to sing it that way as a kid.
Right.
He's probably in the car.
Right.
Like this would come on the radio and he'd sing my dick and he'd get yelled at for it. Stop saying it that way.
Those aren't the lyrics, and you know that.
Whoa, it's my dick, Mom.
Dean Martin's guilty of doing this
Dean
shit.
Martin?
Are you kidding me? What's he want?
John in Jersey. John.
Fucking pie?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Yeah, Dean Martin's version of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He says, Rudy the Red-Dick Reindeer, towards the end.
He just throws it towards the end.
Towards the end, he says,
Let's hear it.
All right. Toward the end?
I'll skip to the end.
Tonight, then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee. Rudy the red-beaked reindeer.
Hey, wait a minute!
What?
I think it's actually in the lyrics.
He doesn't even try.
Rudy the red-dick reindeer.
What the fuck is going on?
His dick was red, too?
These are national treasures that are doing this.
This is crazy.
Let's
Christmas
hear
with
one
the Rat Pack.
Go back a little.
Let's hear that.
One more time.
Fuck.
Doth knit your nose so bright, won't you guide mine sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee. Rudy the red-beaked reindeer.
He's not even trying.
Rudy the red-dicked reindeer.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
So glad I didn't break the mouse yesterday when I threw it a few times, or we wouldn't have had this fine phone topic today.
Amazing.
Well, I mean, it's so much.
Please don't procrastinate. It's no good to masturbate from sexual healing.
I mean, I guess that would make sense.
I think
for
they
the
were allowed to
song.
say masturbate for a while, right?
Like, that's not like Brenda Lee wanting some fucking pie.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
That bitch, that filthy bitch.
Wow.
Rock the Casbah says, fuck the passport?
That's what that song's all about?
Wait a minute. Let's go to Jay in Kansas City. Jay.
I thought it was just fuck the Casbah, actually.
No, it's fuck the passport. He's thinking about they can't get a passport to get over the border, and he's pissed about it. And that's what that whole song's about. And he's saying, fuck the passport, fuck the passport.
I thought it was fuck the Casbah, fuck the Casbah.
Then why would he say fucking the passport?
Yeah.
No, just fuck the passport. Like, screw the passport.
But part
You
of
know,
it, he says rockin'. So he says rockin' the Casbah, fuck the passport?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly is right. I'm with this guy. Relax, Sam.
All right, you
I
need a
don't think
passport
so.
to get to the Casbah.
Is that Hayden Panettiere?
Yeah.
She's a little weird.
I never liked her.
She's a little weird.
She's like a little fire hydrant. She would be really hot if you could stretch her.
She needs to be
Like stretch
stretched.
her out a little bit.
She's like a shrinky dink of
Put her
a
on
real woman.
a stretching rack or something.
Yeah.
Hey, can I see the, before we leave, which, we're in OT.
You're actually in
Yes.
extra OT because you skipped a break.
That means you're going to have to cut some of the show.
Yes.
What part?
Definitely no phone topic Friday parts.
Oh, no.
I mean, that's the staple of the Opie and Anthony show.
You know, I do remember Sal walked in at some point.
Oh, we can get
yeah,
You
Sal
should just
get rid of Sal.
Sal is always a good safe bet to cut out of the show if we need
Right.
time.
Do we have any Sal that we could?
Yeah. We'll just cut the
thinking of-
Sal.
Let's trim the Sal.
I think we're a little slow starting today. Somewhere like, you guys will figure it out.
No, I felt like you guys were on fire all day. but
I
that's
love-
every day.
Yeah,
for
look at
me.
that. Mark Goodman's in the hall.
Maybe if we cut out every reference to Mark Goodman.
Fuck, dude, we pull this out of our ass. This phone
constantly,
thing.
constantly.
We weren't going to do this today.
Hell no. We had topics to talk about.
Well, we found out Pearl Jam, AC/DC, and Billy Joel are all racist.
Which is the best one out of those three?
I would say AC/DC because they're extremely racist.
I don't know, though. Billy Joel, man,
that's
running over
true.
ends. It's pretty rough.
Because that totally reworked the context.
And Eddie Vedder's just with an observation. Let's break this down. Eddie Vedder, he's driving somewhere down south, and that's an observation.
Terrible.
It's a side street. He's looking at all the houses, and he sees one of the porches.
AC/DC degrading a woman a little bit.
A black woman.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Billy Joel is the most racist. He's running them over.
And
he's running them over and turning it into a positive that at least at least now his bumper is
polishing the fenders.
Yeah, like while you're stuck to the hood of my car,
was it
shine my fender.
I didn't see it that way. I saw as he hit him, his clothes and stuff polish the fender.
Isn't it nice when you can really look into it like that?
No, but his back is broken.
His back broke.
Because he hit the fucking guy from the back, and as he flew across his fender,
Gotcha.
he shined it a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, more ways than one. Right, so, you know. Yes.
Black Country Woman by Zeppelin has the N-bomb. Oh, all right.
Dean Martin loves singing about reindeer.
Reindeer dick, red reindeer dick.
We're just looking for a good out. This guy might have the good out.
I hope so.
All right, let's say hi to Aaron in South Dakota.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
Hello.
Jig Isles and song Centerfold. Instead of Angel as a centerfold, it's Grandma Has a Camel Toe.
Is that true?
If I even remotely hear this, it's going to make my day.
There's no fucking way.
There's no way.
Oh, no way.
Check it out and try it.
What part?
What's the original lyric?
Angel is a centerfold.
Angel is a centerfold.
This was a huge song.
Oh, okay, so it's right at the hook.
Yeah, I know. The hook's throughout the whole song.
It's the hook?
You really don't know this song, Sam Roberts?
Maybe I'll know it when I hear it.
Wow, this was a huge
I
song.
know it by name.
Here we go. Oh,
I know that song.
This is an early MTV hit.
Oh, of course I know this song.
Could never cause pain. Years go by, I'm looking through a girl's magazine. There's my home angel on the pages.
Oh, it might be his grandma, though.
My blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. My angel is the centerfold. Angel is the centerfold.
What did he even sort of?
My memory has just been sold.
No.
Angel is the centerfold.
Wait, it can't be the hook.
That's just something that rhymes. My grandma has a camel toe. It just rhymes with it. That's not.
I knew it wasn't going to work.
You didn't like that one?
I knew it wasn't going to work.
All right, let's end with the Reverend Al Sharpton teleprompt.
Oh,
Volume 2.
Volume
2. Volume 1 was a hit. And what, the same guy came up with Volume 2?
Yeah.
All the times he fucks up words while he does his show? And we fuck up words here ourselves.
Yeah, but not.
I'm pretty guilty of that.
You're not newscasters.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
You know.
Let's hear this. Volume 2. Should we end with this?
Why not?
All right.
Well, yeah.
We're going to end with this. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yes.
Thank you.
But what?
Oh.
Hey.
Okay.
Sábado.
Holy
Mañana.
shit. I like this.
Sábado.
Sábado gigante.
Sábado.
Oh, my God.
So fin de semana.
Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Wow, this is like getting a gift.
That's right.
I like these 2-day weeks.
Yeah, we're going to have to do more of these.
Yeah.
That's for sure. We end with this.
And we will much about that be committed. So there's no real conflict. Michael Druniak, including Lincoln himself, Daniel Day-Lewis. Behind Monica Lewinsky, the one and only Trey Songz is here. But Allison Lundergan Grimes, Gina De Jesus, and Gina De Jesus, Tea Party challenger Matt Bivens. People don't want to have their Social Security overall. The Republican savior, Mark Rubio's big night. In evolution and Galileo, I mean this whole thing of Galileo, America's changed. Unless IT and Skillets, President Putin doing something similar back in, it won't change this fundamental fact about the GOP. Just how absurd these attacks is. Nearly 6 months after the dangerous traffic jam, the Thai military says, my friend for many years, Ilyana Van Zandt. There's nothing there.